we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedity, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tinted. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm out to some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut live out. Y'all locked? What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut live out, man. We got an action-packed episode. We in intro mode.
I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spence a night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spence a night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut live out, man. Y'all locked, man? What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, man? Get them likes up in here. Get the likes up in here, man. Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
There we go.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Magademics, A.K. Barry Charlemagne over allegations of being MAGA paid. And we want to know, can Trump exit the war, man? Double tap the screen, shut live out. What we doing tonight? What we doing tonight, chat? Laker, what up? What up, Laker? What up, La? See you, Big Niche. What's up, Laurie? Y'all double tap that screen, shut live out. We got to get to 100 likes off of the rip, chat. Double tap that screen. We do got an action-packed episode. We're going to get into academics is falling out with Charlemagne. That's how we're going to start the show, and it's looking crazy, chat. I'm not going to lie. some of the things that's going on with academics right now are some of the things that I've been talking to y'all about over the last few months, man. This shit is crazy. Also, we got Mehdi interviewed Elon's baby mama. We'll get into that. We got Jared Kushner's files. I guess somebody broke down Jared Kushner's life. We got one Democrat versus 10 MAGA over there on Digital Social Hour. Tucker Carlson sat down with some guy to talk about the biblical giants and the Nephilim. What else do we have here? We'll talk about Project 2025 some. Mexico's Congress approves constitutional amendment that would allow elections to be void if foreign influence is found. Also, Senator John Ossoff had passed a bill forcing big tech companies to report child predators. Reports have soared 1,000% since it became law. A federal judge orders Trump named removed from the Kennedy Center building as well. We'll get into Charlemagne the God and some of the crazy statements he said oh so long ago regarding that R. Kelly case, man, the R. Kelly case. Trump lifts the U.S. naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, says that Iran needs to get open the strait and allow for Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium to be unearthed by the U.S., adding that he's meeting in the Situation Room to make a final determination. So this is Trump's post on Truth Social. It says Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must immediately be open. No tolls. Is that a damn ant, bro? Was that an ant, bro? No tolls, chat. For unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions, all water mines and bombs, if any, will be terminated. We have removed through detonation numerous such mines with our great underwater minesweepers. Iran will be in complete immediate removal and detonation of any mines that are left, which will not be many. Ships caught in the strait during our amazing, unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. Say hello to your wives, husbands, parents, and families from me, your favorite president. The enriched material, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains caused by our powerful B-2 bomber attack 11 months ago. Sitting on top of it will be unearthed by the United States, which, it is agreed, is the only country, along with China, with the mechanical capability of doing so. In close coordination in conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus International Atomic Energy Agency, and destroyed. No money will be exchanged until further notice. Other items of far less importance have been agreed to. I will be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final decision. And they said Trump did not make that decision today. He did not make that decision. Trump's pardons have allowed fraudsters to keep nearly $2 billion in stolen funds. Nearly $2 billion in stolen funds. What else? New Yorkers with 16 or more speeding violations will now have to install devices in their cars to limit their driving speeds. The device will use GPS tracking to restrict how fast the car can drive to the posted speed limit. The device will be wired into the vehicle. AI backlash is becoming a real business risk, according to Axios. Yeah, we'll get into that Charlemagne shit. Also, 2 U.S. congressmen have introduced a American High-Speed Rail Act seeking $205 billion in funding to build a nationwide high-speed rail system. They claim America is behind both Europe and Asia on rail travel and that we need to catch up. A federal judge also temporarily blocked the creation of the Trump administration's $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. No Kings announces nationwide protest scheduled for June 14th on Trump's birthday. Louisiana Senate passed an anti-homelessness bill that pushes homeless people into jails, forced treatment, and unpaid labor. Hours earlier, the same lawmakers voted to give themselves $1,000 to cover housing expenses. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We'll get into this miscellaneous clip before we get into the academics breakdown. Why can y'all not see me? Why is that shit just down like that, man? Why can y'all not see me? All right, here we go, chat. Let's get into this miscellaneous clip, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out.
Money destroyed the club, not the men, not the sections. Money.
Okay, she's saying money destroyed the club, chat. So I want to know, what destroyed the club to you guys? What do you think destroyed the club? She's saying money destroyed the club. I'm going to let the clip play, then we'll break it down.
Period. Before the pandemic, let's say 2019, when you go out to the club, it was free for ladies before 11 and men had to pay. So your first expense, if you're a woman, is buying your first drink. So you're already planning to do that. The men come in, they have to pay to enter. It's maybe free for the women, it's maybe $20 for the men. They would talk to you and buy you a drink. That's what courting used to look like. Sections existed. I used to go out with my friend group. The guys would tell us where to be at. They would buy the table. The table came with a bottle. So it would be 10 of them, 8, it'd be maybe 6 to 10 of them. They would all put money on the bottle. When we got there, we all had a place to sit and you would be there all night. It was chill. After the pandemic, not only is there no free before 11, there's tickets for every freaking event. Every freaking event. There's a new entertainment this, promotion that, and there's inflation. So women are paying $30, $35 to get in. Men are paying $50 to get in. Men are no longer going to talk to you. And I want to take you back a little bit. In 2019, they would talk to you a little bit and get you a drink. In 2015, they would buy you the drink before they even said their name. In 2010, they would send you the drink, watch you drink it, and then approach. You see how when you go back and back and back, there's so much more that men used to do, and it was all connected to how much money they had in their pockets. At the point where now women are paying $35, $40.
All right, let's break this down. So she said the pandemic ruined the club. She said that men are paying all of this money to get in, women are paying to get in, they're not buying drinks and bottles. Before, they used to go in on the bar. I'm not going to lie, chat. She's not lying. I used to be a promoter, and I used to do free before 12 for all women. I used to do free shots of liquor all night. Now that's not viable. Everybody that wants to book a club, throw a little get-together, you got to go to Eventbrite to even get a damn ticket. There's no more paying at the door, none of that shit, man. Then when she's talking about sending drinks, I used to buy whole drink trays, chat. I used to walk in the club, man, like when I was popping shit, bro, me and my partners, we all hustling. So shit, we would just buy a whole tray of drinks and just, hey, man, drinks, man, y'all come to the bar. I get a tray of drinks, my partner get a tray of drinks, my other partner get a tray of drinks. Then you got niggas across the way, now they buying trays of drink, and everybody was just sitting there having a good time. That shit doesn't happen anymore. That shit's over with. That shit's over with, man.
To get in, men are paying $50 to get in. He's not going to buy you a drink. And not only is he not going to buy you a drink, he's now mad that you're cutting him in line. Because before, it never used to matter. The bartenders always serve the women first. Now, men have an attitude if you stand in front of them at the bar. Now, men want to be seen because they used to buy sections and invite girls into the section. Well, now you have to pay for the table and then you have to pay for the bottle. The both of them are way more expensive than they used to be.
So a lot of places used to be that you got a table for free. If the club got packed, they might want $100 for the table. Or you could come in, grab the table off top for $300-$400 and it came with a bottle. Now they want $1,500 for a couch. That might come with one bottle. $1,500 for the couch. The couch comes with one bottle. You want another bottle? That's $300. So for 2 bottles and a couch, you just pay $1,800. Back in the Gap, you would have got 2 bottles and a couch for maybe $500. Maybe $500. That shit's like $1,800 now.
If Franzia is selling me boxed wine, and it used to go for $8, and I go back to get my boxed wine, and Franzia is now $40, I'm about to become a sommelier. You better fucking believe it, bitch. I can taste the inside of the box. Nope, you're gonna have to take this back, and I want a recall too. All of this shit is going down. Do you think that these promoters are now paying more for these DJs?
Yes. Yes, the promoters are paying more to book the club. The promoters are paying more for the fucking DJ. DJs found out their worth. I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but DJs found new ways to monetize this shit. Back in the day, it used to just be the club. Now DJs are bringing their own crowd. They're recording the videos. They're uploading on YouTube. They're putting their DJ sets on YouTube. Yes, DJs are fucking celebrities now. They feel like celeb. It used to be that you used to have a host for the club who was going to come host the club and shit. DJs are doing that shit now. Yes, DJs want more. The club owner wants more. Security wants more. Everybody wants fucking more. Yes. Yes, I do think the DJ wants more.
Do you think that these promoters are now going to put more money into everything else? Now that they're seeing this money, they also are cheapening their experience. They don't give a fuck no more. Now the whole business is cheapened.
Man, I chat when I'm on Bigo on the other app and online DJ. Like when I'm on the other app, we do panels. Y'all gonna have to come fuck with me on Bigo. I'm gonna bring like 10 of y'all over there where y'all can join my family because we hang out over there. But listen, I hired a virtual DJ. A virtual DJ. You know some of these virtual DJs want $50 an hour? Bro, they're in the house like I am right now. They're in the house like I am right now with a little turntable and shit. They want $50 an hour to DJ from their house, nigga. 60. Don't let them have a following. Don't let them have a bunch of followers. They're gonna want 5,000. What's 5,000, 5K being? That's 100. They're gonna want 100 an hour if they have a following for a virtual DJ. So what do you think they want in the club? If they actually have to set up, they actually have to break down their equipment, they actually have to interact with people. These niggas want 100 an hour for a virtual DJ.
Everybody's just seeing dollar signs. They have no respect. I can tell you, at Park, I left my phone there. 2018 New Year's. Someone tapped me and gave it back to me, walked across the room to give it back to me. Park in 2025, I scanned my ID with the bouncer. By the time I got inside, I got a spam message. The nigga already stole my goddamn data.
Right, yeah. So the virtual DJ, Lala's over there with me sometimes. Yes. I used to throw like sexy dress contests and shit like that, you know, freestyle rap battle contest and shit like that. So when you throw the party like that, you gotta have a DJ. I had a house DJ, but even my house DJ, like the DJ for the family, he still wanted $30 an hour, and that was on discount. He charged me $30 an hour, minimum 2 hours, and that was on discount. If it's a DJ that you don't know, it's $50 an hour. For the lowest tier DJs, want $50 an hour over there. Now I'm telling you, if they have a following, if they get your room hot and bring people in that mother, they want $100 an hour. $100 an hour, and they're booked. They're booked. Never have to leave the house. Booked. Lala. Am I lying, Lala? Booked. 50 to 100 an hour. Never have to leave the house, and they are booked.
No free before 11. There's tickets for every freaking event.
Oh, let me get her up out of here. Let me get her the hell up out of here. Let's get into this academic shit, chat. So academics is kind of going through, well, actually, he's not even kind of. He's going through what I went through, but it's just overblown, like full blown. Remember how I told y'all that these people try to sway opinions?
Twice in the
like different creators or different people, they try to get close to you and they'll try to sway your opinion, right? So this is what academics is going through, but academics is going through it on the Maga side. So he said Charlemagne called him and they made some sort of dossier and was saying that he was getting paid by True Social's founder. Now, remember when I told y'all they was trying to get me to be one of those conservative black podcasters, talk about niggas all day, and go to True Social and post all day. Yeah, this is what they're accusing academics of. So now a lot of y'all was like, man, I don't know what the fuck Plug is talking about. Listen to what academics is saying, and what he is saying, what they're accusing him of is exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about, man. They went through all of his filings and shit, found out he was getting paid, but it was actually a Rumble check. It was actually a streaming check, but they tried to dress it up like he's taking MAGA money from True Social. Charlemagne and all of these other people were reaching out to warn him. But academics took the stance like, okay, who told you this? Charlamagne was like, I don't know who told me, I can't really. So Academics was like, fuck that. There's a no monkey in the middle. If y'all want to run this smear campaign, y'all don't want to tell me you told it, fuck it, we're at war. So now Academics is letting one of his pages, he doesn't run the page, but he approves the post on the page. They're tearing Charlamagne down. They're pulling up tweets from 2010, talking about how he watched the R. Kelly sex tape. He's talking about how R. Kelly wanted to do stuff to Barack Obama's kids. They brought up his old case that settled out where he allegedly drugged and raped the girl that was underage. Man, Academics is taking Charlamagne through the fucking mud right now by proxy. And I'm not gonna lie, chat, it's crazy. And then every single post that Academics page or Grand Wizard, so Academics has a bunch of different accounts. A dude named Grand Wizard runs this account. What's crazy is Grand Wizard, that Academics TV account posted me when I was rapping back in the day, and I cussed that page out because it was a fake Academics page. I didn't know it was Academics homeboy, but I cussed that page out because they posted me. Anyways, and I wanted the real Academics to post me. That's why I cussed them out. I'm like, damn, you know. Anyways, long story short, he's saying that Grand Wizard got people outside his house, you know, stalking him and shit like that. So he just went full blown, bro. Exposed Charlamagne. Oh, and that's the big thing. We know Charlamagne just got the Netflix deal for like 200 million. Wasn't like 200 million Netflix gave Charlamagne. Every single post on Academics page is saying Netflix star. They're coming for Charlamagne's Netflix deal. Academics and his people are really coming for Charlamagne's Netflix deal. Every single post says Netflix star Charlamagne the God, talks about R. Kelly doing this to girl. Netflix star Charlamagne the God and his accuser. Hey, it's bad, chat. It's bad, bro. Let me get into this. Let's get into it.
Number one, what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. The severe belt to ass, and now since most of those guys who used to feel like they had a chance of competing, they're all unemployed. They're also just kind of outside the fray. Like, they're just... I know y'all been like, act, why you haven't been streaming? Because I'm watching like these guys like trying to get some motion. It's really weak. And I've realized that these guys have gotten to the lowest I've ever seen. And almost to the point where I think people forgot who Academics is.
Damn. I should have cut my air conditioner on before I came here. But chat, so what they're saying is that they're trying to say that Drake is funded by Maga. They're trying to say that Academics is funded by Maga, and they're saying that Nicki Minaj is funded by Maga. We seen Nicki with Trump, we seen Nicki with TPUSA, and we seen Nicki post the gold Trump card. She's probably the only one that's gotten a golden visa from Trump. So they're using that as a catalyst to throw Drake. Well, actually, Drake also had the White House was posting Drake's lyrics, and they posted Drake's album cover and kind of remixed it. So they're using the Nicki Minaj being with Trump. They're using the Drake being posted his lyrics in the album cover. His album is called Iceman. And they're using a picture that Academics took with Trump at a UFC event to say that they're all MAGA paid, they're all MAGA funded, and basically trying to cancel them, saying that they're getting paid from True Social.
And I'm going to start this all off by saying this, okay? I see and I hear what a bunch of y'all media niggas in hip-hop is doing, which is built purely out of jealousy for me and the platform and because we run this shit. And I want to let everybody know, the gloves is off.
Yeah, the reason this is news is this is black media. So when people are talking about being funded and these super PACs and where the money's going, how are these initiatives and these political campaigns buying the influencers, they're accused. Academics just won #1 podcaster in the world. And not even 2 weeks later, they're trying to say that it's all because of MAGA. Basically, they're saying that it's all bots. They're all money just coming from MAGA. They're trying to take away, I guess, his #1 podcast spot. Charlamagne was #2.
Off.
So he's saying that all of the black media, for the most part, is Democrats. Like, he's saying everybody that called him and said that they have his financials and they know that he was getting paid by True Social's founder, he said they're all left-leaning. And he was asking all of them, okay, who told you? Nobody would tell him. Nobody would tell him. Now, AK does have the #1 hip-hop podcast. AK does. They just put out the list. AK was #1 on the hip-hop podcast. I think Charlamagne was #2, Andrew Schultz and them, Joe Budden. It might have been Joe Budden was #2. I think Academics was #1, Joe Budden was #2, Charlamagne, I think, was #3.
You know I love this part. We could all go to war. I'll tell you what that entails. I like to get personal. And for anybody who's going to be like, you're going to be doing too much, because you know how I get super personal.
Academics is a hip-hop podcaster, but over the last year, he has came into the political space too. He does a little political commentary. He interviews with pretty much the streamers that are in the political crowd. So he supported Trump. A lot of people gave him a lot of backlash about him supporting Trump, but he doubled and tripled down on supporting Trump. And here we are. But he's saying he never got paid.
Oh, I'll find out the baby mamas. I'll find out the missing kids. I'll find out everything. It's okay. And I'm putting this out for every media personality. Not because they put me #1. I'm not the same slimy, sick nigga that really got at everybody else. But I'm saying that because I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to take the high road now, but I'm never the high road type of guy. I'm always the
hit the like button, chat.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Low, you can take him to help. So I'm going to just warn y'all now. Prepare for all fuckery. And I want to also make it clear. There's no bystanders. So they ain't no you. Listen, we ain't doing no DJ Khaled shit.
So when he says there's no bystanders, chat, that's why he's going as Charlamagne. Not necessarily because Charlamagne did anything wrong. He's saying that there's no monkey in the middle. You called me. You told me about this smear campaign. I asked you who said it. That's where you stop. You don't want to talk. So he's saying it right now. There's no DJ Khaled. I don't want no monkey in the middle shit.
But I want to explain where that energy is coming from. Chat, I've been just sitting here doing my thing. Iceman's #1, biggest media personality, biggest rappers. I've been watching the jokes. I love the jokes too. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, Drake, I like it. It's cool." Y'all did the same thing with me and 6ix9ine. It's fine. Cool. But I'm starting to realize the lies that's brewing up. I realize that there's a stalking effort. Like this week, I've found out that supposedly out of this theory, that is no way that I am this popular as a media personality, that Drake is as popular as a rapper and sells as much. And also because allegedly people like even Nicki Minaj and some folks like that go against some of these people. And you could kind of guess who I'm talking about. There's been heavy investigations going on. I've told you guys about these stuff a long time ago. I was confused. In the last few days, I have gotten, and it can be towards me, but it is in a roundabout way trying to threaten the people around me. There's people outside supposed Grand Wizard's house taking random pictures of him. Oh, we got the pictures now. They've been circulating these pictures. There's people harassing, you know, some of the people who do memes and stuff like that, and who clip for us, going to their houses, harassing their girlfriends, mamas. And at first I was like, all right, I'm the public guy. Like, I want all the smoke. You come over here, you go meet 4 killer Rottweilers and 50 guns. But people, they don't mess with me. So I was like, what's going on here? But everybody around me started getting targeted. It's kind of interesting. I got told recently that there's a ongoing dossier that was paid for and financed. Paid for and financed. That all of the stalking, the this, that, and third, and a lot of frivolous lawsuits said, Milagro, maybe you were part of it too, or maybe you're also on the list of, and I want to keep this again. By the way, Barbs to Nikki, make sure your queen is safe. I hear they are stalking and they took pictures of all of the people outside of their premises. Yes, I looked at pictures of what they claim is Grand Wizard outside of his house. They took his paparazzi shit. It's crazy. So the Barbs protect Nicki. They're doing the same thing to her. Now, I keep asking the same question. Who is doing this? Who? Now, we're gonna try to figure this out together. Because when I keep getting the same answer, we don't know. However, the information that they've gotten through this stalking, so by the way, I want to lay it out once again. They have this theory going on that Drake is funded politically by Maga. I know. It sounds crazy to you because you're normal. They also claim...
So, chat, do y'all think Drake is funded by MAGA? Yes or no in the chat. Do y'all think Drake is funded by MAGA?
I'm funded politically, and that's why we're popular. They also claim Nicki is funded politically, and that's why she's linking up with Trump. They have tried to... Now, I'm pretty sure they can't get by the embassy to take pictures of Drake's kids, but I'm telling you that's where it's at. So I want to pick y'all brain. Who y'all think is doing this? Someone has created something, I call it a dossier, where they have came with this theory.
So the thing about it is when they say they're funded by MAGA, so when Drake's beef came out and there was you a 69 guy, A minor, all of the black media came out. All of that, it was basically saying, look, it was over with. All of the, and the reason they're saying Drake is funded by MAGA is because the White House posted Drake's album cover. The day Iceman dropped, the name of the project is Iceman. The White House, I'm going to play the video next because Academics has a guy that basically is saying he got funded by True Social's founder. But the White House posted some of Drake's lyrics and they posted his album cover, and the album is named Iceman. So along with that, after all the Kendrick fallout, Nicki Minaj speaking at the Turning Point events, speaking at the White House, and getting the Golden Trump visa, and Academics is, he took a picture with Trump at a UFC event. So this is where all of this is coming from.
To say Drake, Aiden Ross, Nicki Minaj, Academics.
Oh, and Aiden. Remember, Aiden did the live stream with Trump while he was campaigning right before the election. Remember, they had the Trump's face on the Cybertruck. Aiden bought a Cybertruck, had Trump's face put on it, and they did the live stream in Florida.
And there's a few other people in the mix, but they have put out resources to, and when I mean stalk, this is like invasive stalking we're talking about. Like invasive stalking, but it's okay. Again, I was flabbergasted to see pictures that people took from across the street outside of a home they believe is for some people who, they're not even public figures necessarily. Anyway.
What up, Top Cat?
So that is the theory. Now, in trying to figure out who's behind.
So yes, that's another question. A lot of people are having this FBA debate with Drake. Drake's dad is black. Drake's dad is from Memphis. Drake's mom is white and she is of Jewish descent, I believe. So we know that in the Jewish communities, you are what your mom is. I'm just gonna be honest. You are what your mom is in the Jewish communities. And Drake did not grow up in Memphis with his black family. But Drake does live in America, has lived in America a lot, so I'll let y'all debate that in the chat, whether Drake is FBA or not. I've heard both sides of the argument. I have heard both sides of the argument, but I don't know, man.
This every time I ask someone who
What's
claims
so
they have
savage?
seen info that came from this, they all say, we don't know who's this from. We don't know where this came from. We don't know why this is happening. Just be careful, Ak. Be careful who you associate with. That's odd. I'm going to tell you why that's odd.
Hey, Karen.
Because even if you don't know where this info came from, it is ironic that only people that align a certain way gets the info. It's not everybody that has the info. It's a certain people.
This is where it goes. This is where he's talking about the left-leaning podcasters. This is why Charlemagne's head is on the chopping block. Listen, he said the people that are calling him saying they have this dossier about him, the people that are attacking him, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Aiden saying they're MAGA paid, which, hell, shit, some of them might be. I don't think Academics or Drake is MAGA paid. I don't think Nicki is MAGA paid. I think Nicki paid MAGA for that green card. Now, Aiden Ross, it's a fucking toss-up. It's a fucking toss-up when it comes to Aiden.
I'm going to tell you why that's odd. Because even if you don't know where this info came from, it is ironic that only people that align a certain way gets the info. It's not everybody that has the info. It's a certain people that have the info. Shout out my man Charlemagne. He gave me a call. He said, this was going around. I seen it. So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, okay. Charlotte, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, I got to get to the bottom of this. I hear Laura LaRosa got it in the background. What Laura LaRosa got? What? Then I hear, you got like one of the stooges that was on this show and then this other guy that don't like you. And I'm like, what's going on here?
Chat, y'all give me a minute. Y'all have to follow this story. This is just the beginning. After this, I'm going to show you the MAGA shit, where all of this stems from, the financials and all of that shit. Then we're going to get into the ramifications, the fucking fallout, because Academics has his foot on Charlemagne's neck right now. He pulled up some tweets from 2010, bro. Charlemagne talking about how he watched the whole fucking R. Kelly sex tape. Charlemagne was grown then. That's considered child porn. If you watch the R. Kelly sex tape in detail like that, describe it and do all of that, and you were watching child porn, and Academics is on his neck about it, bro. On his neck.
Now, like for anything, I like to address things head on. But with that, I don't like doing proxy wars. I like to just kick it off. I tell all y'all eat a dick. Straight up. All y'all eat a dick. Y'all ain't stopping nothing. All y'all can eat a dick.
All right, that's the end of that. Let's get into the other clip where he's actually talking about the financials. That's him just talking about the gist of it, how he's getting stalked, how his employees are getting stalked and they're taking pictures of them. But this is the actual financials and shit.
You ducked. You missed. It's fine. It wasn't intended for you anyway.
This is where True Social
pop
comes
my
in.
shit a little bit because this is seeming a lot odd. So cool.
Oh, I need everybody to hit the like button, chat. We got to get the likes to match the views, man. Everyone double tap that screen on your way in. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
So there's whatever happening. Now, let me be very clear. This is nothing that is legal. This is nothing that is, someone's going to jail. This is people who are envious, who are losers, who basically think that since they can't control certain people in independent media, those people must be controlled by someone else. You know why? Because historically, hip-hop media has been bought out and paid for, and usually you're working on some big network that has an agenda. So they believe if there's a new nigga that's popping his shit doing his thing, number one, he got to get paid out too.
You said his Academics a good guy. I mean, I'm not going to judge his character. I don't really know him like that, but as far as this space that we're in, like hip-hop streaming and shit like that, Academics made this shit cool. Academics made it cool to be a blogger. We can just say that. Like everybody, the blogger used to be the brunt end of the joke. Oh, you're just a blogger. You don't mean nothing and shit. And Academics changed the narrative on that shit. He did that. He changed the fucking narrative. He made being a blogger cool.
They can't believe that despite their best attempt to kill Drake's career 2 years ago, they teamed up. All the media personalities defected. Oh, we got him. This was not by chance. This was concerted. 2 years later, they're looking up today, and he is making them cry. They're like, how the fuck does he got all these goddamn records? It's not that good. Not gonna lie. I heard all type of things they said about Nicki. They said Nicki is batshit crazy. Nicki just does. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of Nicki either because we know we've had our issues, but I'm realizing some of the same tactics is happening to some of the same people, and we still can't figure who's doing it. How are we fighting an invisible enemy?
Hit the like button, chat. What's up next?
We're fighting an invisible enemy, yet we still always see mouthpieces that represent the enemy, but they're not the enemy. It's kind of, I'm confused. I'm confused. So, let me start rolling out some receipts. Now, some of these people, I realize that, I got to learn how to, I've been asking God to help me get past this pettiness in my life where I don't try to attack every single person that says something about me, but I don't like ducking phase. That's not my thing. I try to, at least I go around with you. Maybe I don't go 10 rounds, but if you want one round with Big Ack, everybody's gotten it at one point. You could get it. I'm just not going to make your career by continually going.
What's up, Em?
So this is like a relevant guy, right? This guy name is Jeremy Hecht. He is not to be focused on. He's a mouthpiece for what I'm telling you is happening. So this guy had tweeted out that Drake should denounce
What's up, Alba?
getting posted by the TikTok account of the White House. I said, what are you talking about? That doesn't happen. Why would a rapper have to denounce that? Politics or not. Casey Wasserman, who was in the Epstein files, basically a bunch of their big acts left because he was running their agency. Kendrick's over there. Kendrick didn't say anything. Still on there. No one, at least I'm not saying he got denounced. Well, I think he should denounce if he's going to be in your mindset, which you got to denounce and act like you're whatever. The White House gets a TikTok account. This is the White House that's ran by the administration of Trump. One of the first songs or the first TikToks they post, they use a Kendrick Lamar song. Kendrick Lamar has never responded, has never co-signed, nor has he ever denounced it. No one required that of him. But these days, after Drake has defeated the 50v1, because it is more than 20v1, right? I've been streaming. I've been watching all these guys trying to contort their views of, oh, we weren't hating. Yes, you niggas was. Yes, you niggas was. Y'all always hating. Now, y'all got egg on your face. Now y'all want to have these different discussions. Shut the fuck up. You're on the wrong side of history yet again. Shut up. It's no fucking coincidence that all of y'all basically were anti-Drake, and when we look up at the niggas who run media, it's me looking down on y'all like Drake looked down on the rest of hip hop. Facts. Y'all were just a bunch of hating ass losers. That's what happened. I'm not holding punches. Facts. Now y'all trying to, oh my God. I was laughing at y'all bruh, you see with me, I don't care if a nigga winning or not. If I'm hating throughout. But it's okay. Y'all come back in. Okay? Y'all come back in. So, this guy, and I'm telling you, he's a mouthpiece for what's happening. If you're a fan of Drake,
I had to skip past all this shit.
I'm telling you, there's a smear campaign going on currently. They want to paint Drake as being an anti-black,
What's up, Big Niche?
MAGA funded guy who is using all these nefarious means of you like him.
To the point of people calling Drake anti-black and using nefarious means, Drake did say Kendrick was always rapping like he trying to free the slaves, nigga. Hey, man. He did also say, what was that other line that he used? Always rapping like you're trying to free the slaves, nigga. I don't know. It was some other line he used. It didn't sit well.
Him. And let me explain that a little bit more. Influencing media that you would like him, which means he's doing things to make sure he's all over your timeline. He's not that popular. He's getting funded. That's why. Now, this sounds retarded because it is. But this is the theory, and I got to point out the mouthpieces. I have to. Because when I hit a brick wall in figuring out what this is, we're all going to figure it out together. Okay? So this guy's a mouthpiece for the people in that theory. By the way, if you're a Nicki fan, pay attention. And I keep saying, I've gotten pictures. Supposedly they have private investigators outside niggas' homes. I wouldn't be surprised if they have pictures of Nicki, this, that, and third. And by the way, I hear there are rumors circulating regarding her. I will stay out of it, but don't be surprised if they start dropping some stuff trying to take her down. This is a nasty, nasty game. Nasty. So, when he said that Drake should denounce it, I was like, this dick sucker who thought Drake was done.
Bro,
The video. This is a distinct conversation. I'll share a little bit. I hate when I have to tell you some shit. I talked to me and Drake reasoning one day. You can't win. You were right at all.
I'm off from scarfing down Cheetos or gargling on his favorite rapper's meat to reply to my tweet that now has over 2 million views. I'm gonna get back to Ack in about 20 seconds, but let me back out first. When Drake's Iceman album dropped, the White House posted this. Then a couple days later, they posted this video calling Trump the Iceman. So I tweeted this. White House has now made posted this. Then a couple days later.
All right, so boom. That's what the White House posted. That's why a lot of these allegations are coming. The White House posted Drake's album cover with a Maga chain on it. Drake's album is named Iceman. The White House accounts were using, playing on words with Drake's album cover and the deportations.
Later, they posted this video calling Trump the Iceman. So I tweeted this. White House has now made 2 promos using Drake's album, which he hasn't denounced yet, but they thought we were crazy for saying Iceman is a tone-deaf album title in this climate. Academics responded super rationally with this. I wasn't shocked that Ack was triggered. He has been caping for his daddy for years. And not only that, but I did some digging. I have some sources too, Ack, and I know that you're getting paid by the head of Truth Social. So I know why you jumped so quickly and aggressively on that tweet, and I know where your opinion's coming from. I also know that your opinion on music isn't from you either because you're getting paid by every label. But maybe that's for another video. But this wasn't just about them using a song. When you align yourself with people like this, or this, or this, and call your album this, when this is happening, with an album cover that has this sign, that also kind of looks like this sign.
The Michael Jackson glove. That's throwing up the 6.
You can't be shocked when they do this. I don't think Drake's intention was any of this. Drake even said this on his album. But if that's not something that you want to be associated with, then just say something. That was my only point. Ack thinks that you don't have to denounce anything, but that's because it's something he's aligned with. For some of the biggest artists and celebrities in the world, it was as easy as this. Or this. Or this. And even this. Oh, and Ack, you might want to do some history on the word woke, because I don't think you're using it right. But that's for another video. Iceman's gonna sell incredible numbers, pour up some Henny, you can go back to arguing with women online like you usually do. Oh, I almost forgot, congrats on your new OVO chain. I know you're gonna take great care of it. You earned it. I'm happy.
Okay, so he made that. I responded by saying, brother, you know what? Yo, y'all hip-hop niggas, y'all hip-hop media niggas, I'm gonna start talking to y'all disrespectful. Because I get it, y'all beneath my feet at this point. But bro, I got here by working hard and doing what I did, like, with music, start admitting what the game is. It just is what it is. Like, a lot record labels, they open book. Maybe they got to pay out on me too, I don't know. But this is what he is referencing. And apparently in this, like, dossier, they're saying that academics is funded by Truth Social, as along with they're saying that Drake. And that's why they said Drake and the MAGA thing. And that's why they would say with Nicki. So I said I got 100,000 because I know what I do and I know what I don't do. So I said, show me the proof. Watch this. And before we get into this, right, I want we have to go through these, we got to go through all of these names on here because these names are also in this mix, right? So when I'm talking about these people, that's why I said he's just a face, but he represents these media people who are aligned against all of us, whether it's Drake, me, Nicki, Aiden, whatever. Everybody co-signing it, they're with it too. DJ Head, Old Man Ebro, who the fuck is this? Rosenberg. Well, obviously, this is irrelevance. It's everybody we've crossed over, dunked on 50 times. So they're in it, but everybody else who's been getting belt to ass by Big Ack and the coalition over.
He sent a payment to Living.
And this is the thing too. I was so confident. I didn't even make a bet. I should make a bet. I should have made a bet where you have to pay me. Because in reality, obviously you don't got 100,000. Never mind. Let me keep going. $1,000 if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,804. And another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,234. That's almost $10K. Technically, that's only a tenth of what you would owe me. I won't put it on screen, but you can go double check the PayPal act. Now I know you want to act all.
I'm not gonna lie, a $1,234 payment is a little crazy. Even though it was a Rumble payment and it didn't come from True Social, like, what are the odds your payout is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4? What are the odds your payout is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4? That's kind of crazy.
All confused and Google it.
Head of Truth. Listen, who's this person? Is ran by who?
But you know this man very well since he and others have been paying you for your Rumble deal since 2023, which is public information. And with these unstated transfers, who knows what else he was paying you to say. You can DM me for my Zelle info. Although since you said that you could basically be paid off by anyone, any politician, any party.
AK beat those cases, man. They found out the girl tried to set AK up, man. I'm not gonna lie. The one case where at the house, yeah, I think Lil Boom was on some bullshit. But yeah, I do believe that they had it on tape that the girl tried to unlock the door. She tried to unlock the door to let someone in or something. And the door ended up getting locked back in. So I think AK cleared that shit up.
If a politician comes and says, "Ak, I got 50,000," okay.
I think he cleared it up. I don't know.
Okay, so let's get to the expose. And this is what I'm telling you, DJ Head, Ebro, y'all niggas can eat a dick straight up. Anybody who's behind whatever it is, like, oh, we think we got the info on Ak and Drake and Nicki and we got this, whatever. So let me disprove this fuck nigga real quick. I'm gonna put it up there once again. Remember, he says I'm getting paid by Truth Social because they want to paint me as Maga. They want to paint who else? They want to paint Drake as Maga and obviously Nicki, right? That's their new thing. So that's the new smear campaign that they're sending around this document that has private investigator info about Nicki Minaj. Supposedly she's at her crib and people are taking pictures for whatever reason.
What's up, Bridget?
Of people that work for me, and they're alleging whatever with Drake, claiming that they have proof of Drake's like financial, like what? Anyway, listen to what this guy is saying.
DJ Snackademic says that he has $100,000 for me if I can prove that he was being paid by the head of Truth Social.
Cool. Jeremy, I got $100,000 for you if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,800.
All right, so look, this is where he's going to show his payouts.
They're saying this is a propaganda pay. They're saying this is a propaganda pay. Bruv, I forgot. I don't even like be looking at money that Rumble sent me. So I was like, what? So I went in the ship like, what the fuck? Oh, they're talking about Rumble. Rumble paid me. It didn't say Rumble paid you for Trump. By the way, here's the funny thing. The account that sends me the money is Rumble's account. It's not Chris Pavlovsky, who is the CEO and the founder. So that's the funny part. I'm like, huh? But let me continue.
And another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,230.
All right, he showed his payouts, man. Anyways, after all of that fallout, Academics turned on Charlemagne. So this is Academics' X account. It's all Charlemagne today. He's coming as Charlemagne. Look.
One thing only. Well, two things. Number one.
So this is Charlemagne explaining in detail, I believe, that he watched the R. Kelly sex tape. And we know that that was child porn. I'm not even going to say technically, man. That shit was child porn.
Kelly props for one thing and one thing only. Well, two things. Number one, he taught me how to eat ass.
Shout out to Kelly.
I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape.
That's true.
And the come pee come thing is still one of the most
legendary,
incredible things I've ever seen in my life. I still don't understand how a man could come and then pee right after coming and then come again.
This is the R. Kelly tape he's talking about. What the fuck was Charlemagne on? What the? This is why, yo.
Number one, he taught me how to eat ass.
Shout out to Kelly.
I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape.
That's true.
And the come pee come thing is still one of the most
legendary,
incredible things I've ever seen in my life. I still don't understand how a man could come and then pee right after coming and then come again. That happened.
Wait,
Mark.
that happened?
He busted a nut on this little 14-year-old girl. Then he peed on me like.
And he acknowledges the age. Oh, Charlemagne might be toast, bro. Charlemagne might be toast, bro. That Netflix deal, bro. I don't know, bro. Charlemagne might be toast, bro.
That happened.
Wait,
Mark.
that happened?
He busted a nut on this little 14-year-old girl. Then he peed on me like it was like the sperm came out, pee came out, sperm came out again. And he's told her, let it drip.
Liquid sandwich, bro.
I never seen no shit like that in my life, man.
Jesus.
I keep telling y'all, I've told y'all this over and over. It's a lot of things that guys did, especially when we were young, that were rape, that we just didn't consider rape. And I'm married to my wife. Me and my wife dated for a whole year. She would not give me no pussy. Me and my wife hung out one Saturday night and she got sloppy drunk and passed out at my mama's house and I got that pussy. No!
Oh, this is so bad, bro. This is so bad, bro. Academics put this clip together of Charlemagne. They were just homies, bro. They were just homies. Charlemagne called him, told him about this smear campaign. Academics said, who told you this? Charlemagne said, I don't know. And Academics was like, you know what? You fuck you too then. And put this clip together. Oh my God.
Consider rape. And I'm married to my wife. Me and my wife dated for a whole year. She would not give me no pussy. Me and my wife hung out one Saturday night and she got sloppy drunk and passed out at my mama's house and I got that pussy. No!
Damn, while she was passed out?
Yes, I mean, she was fucking me back and all that, but she was really drunk. So I asked her yesterday, I was like, yo, did I rape you the first time we ever had sex? And she looked and she goes, I mean, in hindsight, yeah. No.
Charlemagne came into the room. And I saw Charlemagne's face with my own eyes. When he opened that...
This is AK. Grand Wizard runs AK's secondary account, but everything posted on there is approved by Academics. Academics said straight up, like, look, man, the gloves are off. These people been wanting to do this shit for like a year. I've been holding them back, but shit, I feel like it's me versus the world. So now he's letting his team post whatever they want about Charlemagne. No, this is not AI. This is a compilation of clips over the years of shit Charlemagne has said. And this girl right here is one of Charlemagne's accusers, I believe. I believe this is one of Charlemagne's accusers, allegedly.
Face with my own eyes. When he opened that door, I saw his face. I saw his face. I heard his voice while he was raping me.
Wow, bro. I didn't know he posted that, bro. I didn't know he posted. Here goes a tweet. Charlemagne tweeted back on November 28, 2010. He said, furthermore, R. Kelly had the best celebrity sex tape of all time. Before first he says, R. Kelly looks 20-something. The fountain of youth can clearly be found within teenage vagina. Furthermore, R. Kelly had the best celebrity sex tape of all time. These are Charlemagne's tweets from 2010. Academics is going crazy on Charlemagne on Twitter, bro. What? He tweeted that? How old was Charlemagne in 2010? How old was Charlemagne in 2010? What? What? Hold on, I'm going to Academics' page, bro. He's posting fucking Adrian Broner right now. Where is that Charlemagne shit? What? Chat, hit the like button for me. Here it goes. It says Dream Hampton, executive producer of the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, publicly expressed regret for including Charlemagne, stating it was a mistake and that she wished she had cut him entirely once his past tweets and allegations came to light. We definitely limit the amount of time he got, Hampton added. He was so clear and so forceful in his in condemning R. Kelly. If I could have interviewed him after the story broke about his allegations in his own past, I would have asked him to reckon with his own past on camera. But I wish I had not included him in this documentary. And then the titles of the academics' page is putting on there says tweets of Netflix podcaster Charlemagne the God praising convicted child predator R. Kelly, saying he had the best CP tape of all time. That's the damn titles, bro. Oh, he posted more videos. Oh shit, bro. AK is really trying to end Charlemagne, bro. He's trying to end him. Look at this.
Woman in America historically has always been the black woman. You know, I always say if you want to get away with murder, kill a black rapper. If you want to get away with sexual assault a young black girl. If R. Kelly had been doing this to white women, oh my God. The fact that it's mostly young black girls that he preys on, simply nobody cares. Disrespected woman in America historically has always been the black woman. You know, I always say if you want to get away with murder, kill a black rapper. If you want to get away with sexual assault a young black girl.
Why do you always say that? Why do you always say that? Academics is posting all of this shit, bro. Wow, we finna move on after this, chat. Wow, I didn't know he posted all of this shit.
Calvi, my daughter Jessica Reed. I have regrets in which I am very sorry about, because when my daughter was drugged and raped, I wanted to do nothing but protect her. I didn't want her to suffer anymore. I didn't want her to feel that pain anymore. And so I did not let her testify. And because of that, today we are finding out that Mr. McCalvey is going to get away with what he did to my daughter, Jessica, and this family. For all these years, we've been suffering, going through pain and anguish over his decisions, molest my daughter, rape her. And now she has to deal with this and we have to deal with this. And I'm so sorry that I didn't take the initiative then to persecute him for what he did to my daughter.
Oh, shit.
Case of...
Bro, AK's whole fucking tweet thread is of Charlemagne, bro. Like, this shit doesn't end.
And plus, it is your story.
It is my story. You know what I'm saying? But he got over it. He's like, whatever. I talk about it on the album.
Who the hell raped your sisters?
Oh, man, I don't want to get into that. It's a little too personal.
Like, why do you ask that?
Man, I don't want to get into that. It's a little too personal.
But
it's therapy. So
And plus, it is your story.
I talk about it on the album.
Who the hell raped your sisters?
Oh, man, I don't want to get into that.
Oh my, this just doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. What? Oh my gosh. It doesn't stop either.
He's a gay man pursuing. What?
He's gay. You're funny.
He acts too gay. I mean, I went and called him gay to his face. He wasn't bothered. And the thing is, I think what they're doing is making people that are gay look heterosexual. So another heterosexual person might think that that's a heterosexual point of view and do what he's doing. So my problem is if he's pretending he's something he's not, and he has other people influenced by what he's doing, it's not fair. You should be honest. You know, it's like
What's up, Marvin?
So, like, for example, and again, it's hard to talk about people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, pause. You know, Puff rubbing niggas nut on his chest, that's gay to me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I believe if the world might have known that he might have been like that, it would be harder for him to be around certain men because they'd be like, yo, you gay. You understand? Or to influence people.
That makes sense.
So I don't think if you're a person that's meant to influence people that are not gay, that they would let you know that they are. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, why
Hit
is
the like
everyone
button,
hiding
chat.
who they are? Like if the nigga rubs another on his chest, pause, and you should just say he's gay. I don't think anyone would.
Hey, look, two people that unsubscribe, man. Listen, I know sometimes y'all get tired of me coming in here just doing the news, so I try to bring y'all some other shit, man. I done lost 2 subscribers, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let's get in the algorithm. Who the unsubscribe?
Matter. They don't think anyone would care, but it would be a situation where a lot of heterosexual people probably wouldn't be like, yo, get your arm around me, or like I'm not going in your pool, or you know what I mean? Like you can't get as cool the way the world works. So whoever owns the newspaper or the radio station has a big influence on what the world thinks. Correct?
True.
And right now, podcasts have a big influence on what the world thinks.
This is true.
It's also the way you get data. And people are really still underestimating what data.
All right, fuck that clip.
Can I see what that mouth do though for $6? How much you got in it? $26.
No.
You let me in and we run a train on you right now.
What can you get for $26? You can buy me a drink for $26. Whoa.
Can we slip something in your drink, then take advantage of it? Can I see what that mouth do though for $6? How much you got in it? $26.
No.
You let me in and we run a train on you right now.
What can you get for $26? You can buy me a drink for $26. Whoa.
Can we slip something in your
Wow. Can we slip something in your drink? This shit did not age well, bro. Another tweet Charlemagne put, it said, if I took penitentiary's chances dating you when you was underage, you owe me at least 2 years of legal actual fornication. Charlemagne said that if I took penitentiary chances dating you when you was underage, you owe me at least 2 years of legal fornication, man. Charlemagne was fucking tripping, bro. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my God. That looks so bad, Chad. That looks terrible, man. All right, Chad, we hanging out, man. We finna get into this Mehdi interview. Let's get into the Mehdi interview, and then we'll get into a couple more long forms, man. Double tap the screen, shut the live out,
I
chat.
should not have been in, but I ended up.
The first time you met Musk, what was it about him that interested you? And were his many flaws, Ashley, not obvious to you at the time?
I want my children to know that they should never trade being materially comfortable for doing what's right.
Do you worry at all that you are now an opponent of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, 2 of the most powerful men on planet Earth, that you could be targeted by them in other ways, not just lawsuits? Ever wonder how the online MAGA media machine stays so perfectly in sync? How these right-wing influencers always happen to post the same exact pro-Trump, pro-Musk talking points at the exact same time? Could it be that they're coordinating their messaging in one big group chat? Turns out they are, according to former MAGA influencer Ashley St. Clair. Yes, the mother of one of Elon Musk's children, who's even attacked me on Twitter in the past, is now torching the online right and exposing some of their biggest secrets. Joining me now to pull back the curtain on the MAGA grifters is Ashley St. Clair. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course, thank you for having me, despite my necessary MAGA cult bullying of you.
I don't think it was bullying, but yes. Let's start with your ascent then in the MAGA influencer world. Talk to me about how you were a conservative, you had conservative views, as many do, legitimately. Talk to me about how you got involved with the MAGA movement online. And did you 100% believe what you were getting pulled into, or was it more about, this is good for my career, this is good money?
I think it was a combination of a lot of things. I got involved in MAGA politics very young, at 18 years old, when I was on my college campus. I got involved with the Young Americans for Liberty and then the Turning Point chapters of my college campuses. And it was very quickly that, in conjunction with tweeting, MAGA-isms and rather conservative viewpoints, that Turning Point decided I would be great for their special guest graphics and Turning Point events. And it just snowballed from there. And you do believe at least the core principles. I started out again on the libertarian side with free speech and constitutional values. And they really do a fantastic job of convincing you that all these MAGA-isms are logical offshoots of the values that you already hold.
So you've said that seeing your old tweets full of hateful, bigoted remarks is a rather horrifying experience today. But many conservatives don't even think of those posts as hate-filled. They genuinely believe those are Christian or godly or morally correct takes. So as someone who's been on both sides of this divide, I have to ask, what was your wake-up call? What did you read? What did you see? Who did you talk to that made you think, you know what, I've gotten this all wrong for the last few years?
There were a lot of things. It happened slowly and then all at once. So there were moments that I would have friends who were trans that I was like, oh, wow, you know, these are not actually evil people who want to trans all the children. There were moments that I would read certain items, and I'm embarrassed to say, but I had never read a slave narrative until my mid-20s. And there's a reason that they want to keep people away from CRT, from certain language. The information sequestering that they do, you're not allowed to read the mainstream media. All of these things are labeled as propaganda. Don't trust your professors. In fact, you should report them to Charlie Kirk's professor watch list. And then there was a moment where I had to make a decision, which I was offered something rather substantial, to not speak. And once you receive an offer like that, it really makes you stop and consider the gravity of your words, why your voice is worth so much money, and make a decision on your integrity and if you actually want to have any.
You turned down that offer?
I did.
Was it from Elon Musk?
I'm not at liberty to discuss, but I've turned down enough money that it is the GDP of a small nation.
Wow. Wonder how small a nation. Many who are skeptical of you attribute your shift to being burned by Elon Musk and MAGA. What do you say to your critics on the liberal left who believe your new views are just a convenient way to retaliate against your old friends?
Well, first of all, I'm not making any money from this. I'm back.
She's turned down enough money that's the GDP of a small country. For what? For what? What the fuck has she really told us? That MAGA's coordinating, doing tweets and shit? Elon got some lasers in space. He may have interfered with the election. Get in front of Congress then, lady. Get in front. Tell Congress Elon had them fucking lasers and shit, man.
In school, I just finished out my semester with 22 credits, and I plan to go to law school. That's what I want to do. I want to start fighting and making amends within the system that I believe is perpetuating a lot of harm. And secondly, people are putting the chicken before the egg or the horse.
It don't matter if she signed the NDA if a crime was committed. If a crime was committed, NDAs don't matter.
Before the carriage, because when I came out publicly, I knew what the reaction of MAGA was going to be. I was within this cult for almost a decade. I knew exactly how they were going to respond to me. And I was ready to be ostracized. I was ready to be done with MAGA and that cult. I was very aware that changing my opinions was not just changing my opinions, but it was blowing up my whole life. So I'm the type of person that in a relationship, once I break up with them, I'm already done. You know, I've moved on while I'm in the relationship. So I was very aware that that was going to happen.
We'll come back to a certain relationship of yours in a moment, but just on what you mentioned, you said cult. And I just want to go back to my opening question.
Yes, she got a baby with Elon. Did y'all see they said Pam Bondi put all of the Epstein file shit over on Todd Blanche? Said the whole time she was there, Todd Blanche was overseeing the Epstein investigation? Or managing it? Shit is crazy.
Where I asked you about what personally got you into this. Just looking at the people who are all MAGA influencers, and I'm still on Twitter for my sins, and I see all the freaks. I see all the freaks in the freak show, and I wonder: do they believe this stuff, or is it just for money? You said cult. To be in a cult, you actually believe the stuff, right? You've been brainwashed. You think the dear leader really is the dear leader. But there are a lot of people in the MAGA cult who don't believe any of this stuff. They just are making money off of it. What's the balance? What's the proportion?
I think it's both. I think it kind of feeds on itself. It compounds upon itself because you believe it, but then if you want to change your ideas, like I said, you're not just changing your political beliefs. You're ostracizing yourselves from your social circles, your communities, the financial infrastructure, because these people are dependent on it.
Yes.
And then after you're racist online for 8 years, it's very hard to get a job at Pinterest or Starbucks. So it really compounds upon itself. And there are people who are really just opportunistic grifters who in the green room of Fox are saying that they don't believe anything they're saying. And that's certainly it. But for a lot of the lower levels of this cult, it really compounds and feeds upon itself.
I saw Riley Gaines, the
Hit the like
swimmer
button, chat.
anti-trans activist who mildly criticized Donald Trump for posting a picture of himself as Jesus, got attacked by her followers, and the next day said, "Isn't Donald Trump amazing? I still love him," even though Trump attacked her too. So you're right, there is that, you're stuck in that system if you want to survive. Let's shift gears for a moment. You've been outspoken about the coordinated campaigns that you say are driving MAGA accounts and influencers online. You've done these TikTok videos that have gone viral, exposing some of the chats with some of your receipts. Just to be clear, what is the accusation?
Hey, do y'all think Mehdi got a black barber? Do y'all think Mehdi's barber is black?
For people who are not following you on TikTok, is it that MAGA influencers, the people you see on Twitter, the people who are pundits on cable news, they are all in one chat and they are getting specific talking points sent to them by Caroline Leavitt and the White House?
Well, there's not just one chat. There's multiple chats that they operate in. And these chats also have, some are just sequestered to large MAGA influencers in which they send these paid campaigns. Others have members of the administration. Others have, the Trump children. And they coordinate this messaging and react to things in real time. Here's how we respond or don't respond to any given issue at any given time. They also have the paid campaigns in which messaging is pushed out. And it is very much coordinated through both paid messaging and just wanting to be in the club and not be ostracized.
Were you in these chats yourself? You've seen this firsthand?
Yes. Yes, those screenshots are from me. I was in these chats.
And these chats are not just, lower level freaks. These are big names of the conservative media machine.
Members of Congress, members of the administration, people at the White House, people with the last name Trump.
Would someone like a Tucker Carlson have been in there until recently?
Tucker would not have been in something like this. He doesn't really use social media.
But you mentioned, for example, the Trump children. You're talking about Don and Eric are in these chats getting right into what the talking point should be.
I was in one in which Eric was in one, yes.
And who's in charge of all this? You say coordinator, like who is the person pulling all the strings?
So members of the administration, people like James Blair, who run messaging for the admin and the White House and the campaign. And there's also people who run these consulting houses, these right-wing consulting houses that push a lot of this out because they have some plausible deniability and they can hide the money. So once the money goes from the campaign to the consulting house, they can then distribute it to the influencers and it's not on any FEC report.
So when you see people tweeting something after a story breaks about Donald Trump that's bad for Trump, you can see that and go, oh yeah, that's the group. They all got the line.
Yes, and it goes beyond just the Trump administration. I've spoken about this before, but I was offered a hefty sum of money to promote Rick Grinnell for Secretary of State when the admin picks were happening. And that day that I was offered this and declined, I saw a variety of MAGA influencers who all of a sudden had the great idea spontaneously that Rick Grinnell should be Secretary of State.
That was money well spent, allegedly, by the Grinnell campaign. So what you're basically saying is, when I see a MAGA person online take any position, my starting point should be, is this really his position or did it come from the White House? Is this really his position or was he paid for it?
Correct.
How much do you get paid for these things?
It depends on the influencer. Some people will get more of these paid campaigns because they lower their rates and, they're the lowest rate around. But they can go from anywhere from a couple $100s to thousands of dollars for these tweets.
I can get a MAGA influencer to tweet stuff I want for a couple of $100, like a cameo.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Oh, wow. Now I'm getting all sorts of ideas, which I shouldn't have. And did you leave these group chats or were you kicked out?
Well, I don't know what happened to my placement in them because I'm not allowed to access Twitter since they're suing me.
We are going to come back to Twitter and suing you in a moment. Just one last thing on this. Isn't it rather ironic that the party that claims to be about free speech is basically now just a North Korean cult movement that just says whatever the leader says?
Yes, absolutely.
So if she was in them groups and they were on Twitter, I'm pretty sure they were encrypted. So they probably saw her when she was screenshotting this shit. They probably knew she was screenshotting it.
There's no free thinking.
Starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying. So much work goes into this thing. You got involved with the MAGA movement via Turning Points USA college chapters. You were a brand ambassador for TPUSA, led by the late Charlie Kirk, before they fired you for appearing in a photo with white supremacists, including self-proclaimed Nazi and proud Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes. You are, I believe, a Jewish woman. So I've got to ask, what were you doing in a room with people like that?
So the circumstances around that, first of all, I was never fired because they never paid me. They don't pay people Turning Point. But I had been on the receiving end of many attacks from Nick Fuentes after I had said that the Alabama abortion ban had.
You said we're going to see her on OnlyFans. How? Her baby daddy is about to be a trillionaire. The fuck are you talking about, Top Cat? Her baby daddy's about to be a trillionaire, nigga. She just turned down $40 million and shut the fuck up, man. Why? You think if she needed to be on OnlyFans, she'd be turning down $40 million? Hell no. Hell no.
Had gone too far. And then him and his followers decided to attack me for being a woman and being Jewish. And someone who knew both of us said, why don't you just meet Nick in person and talk to him? And me, in my hubris of youth, was like, sure, absolutely. I have a right to speak with him. And then after a few drinks, there was a photo that I should not have been in, but I ended up getting the call while I'm on the way to the hospital with a blood infection from Turning Point saying that I was going to be put in the doghouse. And I'm giving statements to Right Wing Watch high on morphine because I'm dying. So it was.
No, this is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think she wants to shake that ass for the people, Top Cat. I don't think she wants to. But what I'm trying to figure out is this. She's coming out against Elon. She's coming out against the right-wing influencers and the influencer campaign. She's turning down money to talk about this. She's saying the election may have been stolen in 2024. Where does she stand in the middle of this? Her whole life, she says she's been conservative. She started off with whatever and then went straight into TPUSA. So I'm trying to figure out, like, she's burnt every fucking bridge she has right here. Doing this shit right here, her bridges are burnt. So where does she go from here? If she wants to be a personality internet. Of course, Elon's her baby dad. She's forever rich. She could just go away. But it doesn't look like she's going away. So what's next?
It's a very not great time in my life, and I made several wrong decisions there that I wish I could take back, but now I just have to try to fix my Google search results.
You are someone who's been part of that world. Just go back to Fuentes. There's a lot of discussion today. How much of the online young conservative movement does Fuentes represent, lead, dominate? The groypers amongst young Republicans, what percentage are they? In your view, how dominant a figure is Nick Fuentes amongst the young online right?
I think the ideologies that he promotes is very prominent, especially among the younger Gen Z crowd of the right. I think that is the dominating force, and that's why you see people who are drawn to the figures like Nick and Tucker Carlson. I think that's incredibly prolific throughout the right.
What do you make of these right-wing podcast wars, the Tucker Carlsons and Candace Owenses versus the Ben Shapiro's et al.? From what a lot of the reporting in the recent, New York Magazine, Washington Post have big reports out recently about how Shapiro's media empire is on the decline. Is the mainstream MAGA movement losing to the groyper MAGA movement, or whatever terms we want to use?
I think they are in a.
You see, too, she's staying away from talking about AI. She's staying away from talking about data centers and all of that. You know that they said that they're trying to label all of those people who are against data centers violent extremists. So She's speaking about what she knows, I believe, but she's careful not to talk about certain shit. I don't know. I'm trying to get a read on her.
Sense because whatever people may think of Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, they are speaking to an issue, and the Democrats are also facing this issue in regards to Israel. Israel is a big issue. People are recognizing what's happening, that it is a genocide happening. And it is Tucker Carlson and Candace who are one of the only ones offering some sort of nuanced opinion, or at least recognizing the atrocities that are going on there, recognizing that, hey, we don't want a president that's bought by Bibi Netanyahu. So that is speaking to something and offering any difference of opinion outside of the MAGA coalition that I believe is really attractive. But I hope these individuals who are defecting, like the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Tucker Carlsons, that they do a lot more than just kind of say they were duped by Trump, because they weren't. Trump has always been this way. We just failed to see it. And we really contributed to his cruelty, but I hope they also expose the things that they know, because they know a lot more than they're speaking about, and they certainly know a lot more than me.
Did I catch that correctly? Did you say what's happening in Gaza is a genocide?
Yes.
So you've also changed your positions on Israel, not just on domestic politics?
Sort of. I've never really spoken about it too much, especially being Jewish. I've had a lot of debates within my private family life, and it's been very difficult for me to have those conversations publicly because...
You said, how is it a G when the population's growing? Shit, it's new people. This is come on now. Oh my God. Joe, let's not do this, Joe. You know what the fuck happened. You know what the fuck happens. It's been happening for thousands of years. The land is occupied. The population's growing because there's some new motherfuckers there. What are you talking about? It's new people there. Incoming.
Because of how ostracizing it is with the communities that I'm a part of, but I've really never spoken about it too much publicly because I was in MAGA and it was not really allowed.
Just one last thing on the group chats before we move on. These influencers online who are getting together to kind of push these campaigns, often quite hate-filled, bigoted campaigns, how dangerous are they? Because on the one hand, you want to laugh and mock them because they're weirdos and freaks. On the other hand, real-world violence comes out of some of these posts and statements online. Do you believe they're dangerous, these groups that you were part of, in terms of real-world political violence?
Hit the like button, chat.
Yes, and one thing I will say is that most of these influencers, including myself, while we contributed to harm, we were used, and they are being used as pawns for much more powerful people. And to hyperfixate on someone like Libs of TikTok or a Hayarashik, who is a cerebral speed bump, she's nothing more than a cop.
Ronald, don't tell me what I don't need to speak on. Don't tell me what I don't need to speak on, Ronald. Ain't nobody told you what you needed to speak on, Ronald. I'm grown as a motherfucker. Hold on, man. What's to him?
Cognitive traffic cone. There's not much going on up there. Rather than putting the ire on the elected representatives and the elected officials and the people of the upper classes who are promoting this, I think is a mistake. I think there needs to be much more ire for the people in positions of power who are promoting these individuals.
That's a very good point. In 2021, you co-wrote the children's book, Elephants Are Not Birds, which was a clear rebuke of the transgender community. Since then, you have said publicly that you feel, quote, immense guilt for your role in promoting transphobia and potentially causing, quote, more pain, you said, for your son's half-sister, Vivian Wilson, who is one of Elon Musk's several children. Tell us, what was it that changed your position on this specific topic? Was it, as you mentioned earlier, just meeting more?
Bro, like, they have to stop with this shit, bro. Like, what is transphobia? I understand if we want to break it down, being scared of trans people. I've never seen anybody that was scared of trans people. I'm just gonna be honest. I've never seen anybody that was terrified. Like when people have like a phobia of spiders or some shit, like they're caterpillars, man. Like they scream and run and do all kind of shit. I've never seen anybody do that. I think we might need to come up with a new term We might need a new term for that shit.
More transgender people.
I think that was part of it. And again, having the experience so close to home and thinking about my role as a mother and how I want my children to interact with the world and interact with individuals that they might not understand was really formative for me in coming out of that. And also being exposed to people like Haya Rashik and understanding just how much it's a trans panic, how much they hate this, being on the side of MAGA where the trans panic is framed as an issue to protect women and children, and they don't actually care about women and children. Instead, they're scapegoating a very small percentage of the population to distract from much larger issues. And this is one of the first executive orders that Trump is signing. I just think it's a complete bastardization of our consciousness, and it's harming so many individuals to protect people in the upper echelons.
After you made that post, Elon Musk, who is the father of your child, announced that he would be seeking full custody of your child, alleging that you implied you wanted to
Bro, imagine trying to fight Elon in court, bro. Like, imagine trying to have a custody battle with Elon.
Transition him. What was your reaction when you saw that from Elon Musk? And what, dare I ask, is the status of that custody?
Hey, she probably got that episode of Joe Rogan screen recorder where Elon was smoking, where Elon was hitting the weed. She probably got that shit screen recorded every time he's talked about doing K and all the special K and shit. She's probably got all of that screenshotted, man.
Battle.
I'm not at liberty to speak about that. Hopefully you can understand that. However, I think anyone reading my post in which I said, hey, I regret a lot of my prior statements and the harm that I caused, I think anybody with more than a third grade reading comprehension levels understands what I was saying there and that I was not talking about transitioning my child.
Back in February 2025, Elon Musk rather surprisingly brought one of his children, his 4-year-old named Lil X, to the Oval Office during a press conference. People claimed back then that he was using his child as a sort of human shield, that reporters wouldn't be as tough on him if he had his kid on his shoulders. From your experience, how does Musk view his children? As some kind of asset or prop to boost his image or even to give him protection? Liking this video? Then don't just watch, hit like, share and subscribe.
People keep these children out of the media more.
I understand the legal issues for you.
Was publicly pleading for people not to have her son in the media. Yep. And so I hope there is more respect for this because especially when there's such an imbalance of power, I hope that people keep these children out of the media more.
I understand the legal issues for you. I'm just going to ask this question though about Elon Musk and you. You spoke about the first time you met Musk, which was after he took over Twitter. He became a hero to the Maga movement. What was it about him that interested you? And were his many flaws, Ashley, not obvious to you at the time?
Chat.
They were.
Everyone hit the like button, man. If you just now coming in, be sure to hit the like button on your way in and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
Or not. Well, when I first met him, I'm like, wow, he's so much taller than I thought. And as a 23-year-old girl, I think I was just captivated by someone who was speaking about at the time, and I believed him about this higher cause for humanity and doing so much more because the men my age are, talking about the hockey scores. And so to me, it was just very attractive and intoxicating. And it's this man with so much power who's kind of a celebrity that it sweeps you up.
How much do you regret falling for Musk looking back on what's happened since?
I don't regret a second of it because my son is the most amazing part of my life, both of my children. I regret nothing and I would do it all over again, including every ounce of pain that's come with it.
You've got lawsuits going on, custody battles, as you've said already. Donald Trump, of course, has threatened many of his opponents with lawsuits, investigations, criminal threats. Elon Musk isn't afraid to sue people he doesn't like. Musk is, of course, buddy-buddy with Trump again. We're speaking on the day they're together in China, even though last year Musk was telling us that Trump was in the Epstein files. Do you worry at all that you are now an opponent of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, two of the most powerful men on planet Earth, that you could be targeted by them in other ways, not just lawsuits?
I am being targeted currently. I mean, we have people, investigators. There was an Escalade outside of our house yesterday. There's people physically confronting the people in our lives. However, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the mortality rate is 100% for humans. And so I want my children to know that they should never trade being materially comfortable for doing what's right. And doing the right thing and doing what's good takes sacrifice. And for many, many years of my life, I chose material comfort over doing the right thing. And it's not something that I'm interested in anymore.
You are currently suing Elon Musk's XAI after its AI tool Grok created sexually explicit deep fakes of you in January, back when Grok was also getting backlash for allegedly creating child porn. As I'm sure you're aware, Grok is still making deep fakes even to this day, despite X promising to stop it. Is this an issue that Elon Musk takes seriously, do you think?
I don't think that the leadership at XAI takes this seriously at all, because they're now countersuing me for trying to get some sort of remedy for this issue. Grok had undressed me and millions of other women and children. They undressed photos of me even as a child. I saw a young girl. She looked about 4 years old. She was completely undressed and then covered in fluids, white fluids. I don't know whose child this was. There were photos of me with my real child's backpack in the background, in which I was bent over and turned around. So no, I don't think they take this issue seriously at all. But something I do want to highlight is that this scandal happened when Grok was facing a usage issue amidst a funding round. So amidst a multi-billion-dollar funding round, this happens and their usage skyrockets. So I would like to know what the investors who invested in this funding round, what usage they were shown.
Just on Musk and his use of Twitter, he clearly, objectively, is not a champion of free speech. He's actually a threat to free speech. Some of us said he would be back in 2022. I know you at the time were cheering him on, and now you've switched your position. But as someone who spent a lot of time with Elon Musk, a lot more time than most people in private, is he someone who megalomaniacally believes, thinks he's a free speech champion? Or is he in private someone who just accepts that this is all just a ruse to kind of con the MAGA rubes?
I don't know that it's to con the MAGA rube. I think he wants an insurmountable amount of data. The data that is being fed into now what is a behavioral inference model with XAI is, I believe, what the end goal always was. I was a witness to him personally demonetizing and deboosting people who disagreed with him or was on the other end of his wrath. This happened to me once I sued and spoke out against XAI. My checkmark was taken and I was demonetized. This is, I don't think that he values free speech at all.
One last question I want to ask you is, what is your message to people still in the MAGA cult today? Not the influencers, not the pundits, not the Benny Johnsons or Laura Loomers, but ordinary people who still buy the Trump shtick and think someone like yourself is a traitor. What would you say to them?
Hey, cut off Israel. I'm going to be all the way honest with you. We talking about some whole other shit. Sometimes y'all got to read the room, bro. Like, I understand y'all passionate. You talk about what you want to talk about, but nobody's talking about that right now. Nobody. Like, who are you even talking to in the chat?
I would say that I hope they recognize that the cruelty they are ignoring now will come back to bite them. Any cruelty that is happening is because we ignored cruelty ourselves. And I hope that you are brave enough to make a sacrifice and recognize what you've done. And if you do anything else, this doesn't require changing your beliefs. It doesn't require voting for someone else, but get off of the internet for at least 30 days and read some of the things that you're not supposed to.
It's always funny to me how people that you know good and damn well, they're not going to take their own fucking advice. It's like she just thought she cooked with that shit, bro. Get off the internet for 30 days and read something. Do y'all really think this woman, the fucking TikTok star, is about to take a 30-day hiatus? Do y'all think this lady's about to take a 30-day hiatus? No. No, the fuck she's not. She wouldn't even take her own damn advice. What are you talking about, lady?
Read books cover to cover. Try to remove yourself from the very sequestered information ecosystem that we've been made to be put in.
I'm not MAGA, but I feel like I need to do some of that. Ashley St. Clair, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my God. This shit is crazy, Chad. All right, man. Let's get into this breakdown. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
Secretary of State, warning that recognizing never coming out, and it's scary.
Turns out that Steve Bannon recorded.
All right, I ain't trying to watch that. Hold on. Let me. I thought that was some more shit. All right, we'll watch this one.
Would you have voted for Trump? You wouldn't have voted for anyone?
No, Trump, like he's better. He tried to overthrow the government in 2020. He believes anybody would have broad discretion to do whatever he wants, like go to war in Iran, like impose tariffs that are going to impact the average Americans through regressive tax. Like, I don't know, coming after states that he doesn't like either, targeting Act Blue, targeting nonprofits, targeting James Comey, all these individuals. Because at the end of the day, the law, it doesn't matter to Donald Trump. What matters is doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Is going to be very important. Data shows that over 30,000 known jihadist terrorists were smuggled in across the border during the Biden administration. They're strategically placed around critical infrastructure in the country right now.
Hold on, so that's the best.
Yeah, like we should put like missiles on top of the border, because think about it. If you had a 0% chance of getting across our border alive, do you think people would do it?
What does he mean when he says that he who saves his country breaks no law? You know, that's not for me to opine about. Oh, really? When JD Vance is like, you dropped a ruling, let's see you enforce it, what does that mean? That means you have no respect.
Forever be barred from holding office. On that fact alone, then you couple it with what she did as the Attorney General.
Hey, fair use.
My name is David Mauricio.
Digital Social Hour podcast with Sean Kelly, man.
And my first prompt is, Republicans in Trump fail to uphold the rule of law and the Constitution. Got you. How you doing? What's your name?
Good, Marty.
Nice to meet you, Marty.
Thank you.
So you believe that they follow the law? Is that correct?
It's a very vague statement.
Well, it's just going to be abiding by the amendments, the negative rights given to the American people, ensure the government does not trample over those rights, and respecting doctrines like the separation of powers, etc. Which Trump administration has violated numerous times. If you'd like me to give you examples. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to the First Amendment, they've targeted law firms that have worked with litigants in the past that they do not personally like. A great example is Perkins Coie, who did the second round of contrary research during the 2016 campaign. They facilitated it, Steele dossier, on behalf of Fusion GPS. And for that reason, they were targeted in the future. It was already ruled upon, by the way, it's currently going through appeal, but ruled that their first, fifth, and sixth amendment rights were violated. It's adjudicated, brother.
Well, first I'd say, you said that he didn't like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a matter of not liking them. Like if you commit a crime.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let me not say that.
And the police catch you doing that. Yeah, you could say, well, I don't like the police because they caught me. But there's real crimes done by these law firms. The lawfare is huge.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that statement, but yeah, there is a legal procedure, and usually it's a judge that makes that determination, but the Trump administration handed down punishments without any judicial intervention, which was the violation of law, right? They were targeted for their viewpoints, the fact that they work with litigants that he didn't like Hillary Clinton, her campaign, and also like barred access to counsel, like essentially shunning them from all federal places of work. So I feel like that's kind of doing the role of a judge, right?
Yeah, I just don't know if it went down like that.
Okay. What instances of violation that the Democrats blame the Trump administration for, are you aware of?
Well, there's a ton of them. You see it daily.
Daily now? While he's president?
What's that?
Yeah, like, sorry, I misunderstood what you said. What specifically? So what instances of lawfare you're referring to, at least in his second term?
Lawfare that was done against...
On Democrats is a means to discredit the Trump administration and blame them for just violating the rule of law.
Well, on a daily basis in their news, MSNBC or whatever, MS Now, CNN, it's a continual dialogue that way.
Yeah, and I recognize that the media is going to make...
Bro, he don't even know where the fuck he's at right now. I tried to hold it in, man. Who the fuck got this guy up here talking, man? Listen, man. I could tell by the way the neck was wrung out on that fucking thermal, man. They need to have this guy in a mechanic shop, a body shop, a car detail shop, a motherfucking shop, some kind of shop. He don't need to be up here debating with Destiny Unfuck America tour, man. His ass need to be in a shop, a ice cream shop, a barber shop. I don't fucking know. His ass need to be in somebody's shop, man. He don't even know where the fuck he at right now.
Make accusations. It's whether or not that's adjudicated, right? That's why it has to be seen in the courts, which is why I represented you with an example of a case that's already been ruled upon. How's it going? You got to tell me your name again. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, you're good. I'm Dorian.
Nice to meet you, Dorian.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, I'm assuming you think that they are upholding the law and the Constitution, correct?
Pretty well, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay.
And one of my main points for this is that Trump has had a very good record with Supreme Court injunctions, petitions, I mean. He's petitioned the Supreme Court, and he's won more petitions than Obama, more than Biden, and he's had some really massive rulings. We had CASA, which showed that limited nationwide injunctions.
Yep.
We had Trump v. United States, which is an amazing landmark ruling that defines separation of powers. So it seems like Trump's actually been on the other side, where people have been using the law to persecute him and limit his mandate of power. Yes.
Okay. So what about the recent case where he invoked IEPA as a means to grant himself emergency terror powers? What did the court say there?
Again, like every president,
National Guard ruling.
Every president has had the Supreme Court rule against them.
I recognize that. Yeah,
but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are not upholding the law. It just means you have a different legal interpretation.
I think that's. I think that opens.
Hey, what was that guy's name? What was Corey off of Boy Meets World? What was his last name, bro? Like he reminds me of Corey off Boy Meets World. What was his last name?
The door for a lot of abuse. I don't think every instance of them invoking a statute on the books to do a particular thing can just be treated as testing out a novel legal theory. These things are relatively clear. In the case of the National Guard deployment, posse comitatus is relatively clear as a federal statute. Them commandeering states' militias, I mean, this is a states' rights issue. I agree that presidents have cases go up to the Supreme Court when it comes to their policy, but it's going to be on trivial issues, like Joe Biden being able to forgive student loan debt, not whether or not the president can deploy the National Guard on Democrat states because he doesn't like what they're doing. He doesn't like the fact that citizens are protesting ICE, or the governor doesn't like his policy.
Right. I mean, what you consider to be trivial, what I consider to be trivial will differ, and everyone in this room will differ. So it's not really for you to say what is trivial or not. And secondly, if it was just a novel legal theory, then most of these rulings would be 9-0. But there's a lot of judges who do agree with him. And you can say, well, it's politicized, but I have more faith in the court than that.
Bro, we're way past the shit Biden did. If y'all are still in here talking about Biden made this mess, I'm gonna need you to wake the fuck up. Hey man, go wake up. Head to the bathroom. Take you a piss. Get you a pot of coffee brewing, cause it's gonna be a long fucking day for you, man. It's gonna be a long fucking day for you. We're way past the shit Biden did, bro. Biden somewhere on the fucking beach enjoying the ice cream, man. Biden has damn cancer, man, and he's enjoying the ice cream on it. We're way past that shit, man.
Have more honor in the court than to believe that the court has been politicized.
What's up, the real McCoy?
Oh, no, he does. The court is still very serious people, whether they've been appointed by Biden, whether they've been appointed by Trump, whether they've been appointed by Bush. They're filled with serious lawyers, and these lawyers...
Listen, you're still talking about immigrants. When are y'all going to realize? When are y'all going to realize that, listen, they told you they could not raise wages. Why? Why did they say they couldn't raise wages? It'll kill jobs. They said, we got to get the immigrants out. Why? It'll kill jobs. Trump just announced that he's going to let 10,000 more South Africans come in, 600,000 H-1B. Now, what else are we talking about? AI comes around. AI is taking 30 to 60,000 jobs per month, and we just shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. You're a violent extremist if you say something about AI taking the jobs. Now, back to the immigrant situation. H-1Bs, it is what it is. You got to beat the H-1Bs. Everybody's going to all of these software tech companies, these Fortune 500 companies, and what are they doing? They're firing every fucking body. They're hiring an East Indian, and he's putting his fucking people on. He's putting his fucking people on. And what's going to stop the borders are closed. You can deport every fucking illegal out of here right now, and guess what? H-1Bs is still going to be tearing that ass up. Tearing that ass up. H-1B is going to be tearing that ass up.
Some of them, maybe not the majority, but some of them do agree with Trump. And I think that these lawyers agreeing with Trump proves that Trump had some sort of a ground to do these actions. May have not been the right decision, but there was a reasonable pretext to do so.
So when I say Donald Trump doesn't respect the court, I'm going to give you an example. Regardless of whether or not there's conservatives that align on him on a myriad of issues, is regardless, right? In spite of that, when he was in front of Congress for his address to a joint session, the Supreme Court was there, and it was following the tariff ruling. He called them out in front of the entire nation because they did something he didn't like. Whenever judges rule against him, regardless of what president appointed them, what does he call them?
Right. No, that's true.
What does he call them?
I'm some sort of
activist judges, right?
Right.
Do you think it's reasonable for the president of the United States to question the findings of the judiciary in such a way that shows hatred, fear, and insecurity in the minds of the average American?
Listen, you're saying that he failed to uphold the Constitution.
Yeah.
He personally, in his feelings, does not like the ruling, but he did not overstep it. He didn't go full Andrew Jackson and make
It's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, and make it so that the Supreme Court had to use their own enforcement mechanisms.
What does he mean when he says that he who saves his country breaks no law?
You know, that's not for me to opine about.
Man, listen, we talking about the trades, man. Listen. The trades is cool. I'm a champion of the trades, but let's just be fucking real here. The trades are hurting right now too. The trades are hurting right now too. Nobody's building. New construction, it's grinding to a halt. We got lumber prices through the fucking roof. Nobody's gonna get that new 2.5 ton unit put in. Not with this economy. Motherfuckers is finna put some window units in that wall, man. HVAC. Toast, man. What are we talking about? Electric toast, man. Toast. We just seen the self-driving diesels, man. They got the damn 3 tractor trailers behind that motherfucker. 3 whole cabs, man. Pulling the AI loads and shit, man. It toast. Done. Motherfuckers going to buy a plunger, man. Back when they used to call the damn the plumber, man, motherfuckers going to buy a plunger now. Motherfuckers is laying on their back, getting up under that sink in 2026, trying to see what's going on.
Really? When JD Vance is like, you dropped a ruling, let's see you enforce it, what does that mean? That means you have no respect for the Constitution, right? The findings of the judiciary, the determinations.
They didn't actually do anything contrary to the ruling.
Court orders all the time. Following Operation Metro Surge, a federal judge spoke out.
Shit, what do you mean? Yeah, they got projects coming, but you got to understand, Top Cat, they're trying to offload these things on builder loans. They're building out there, but who the fuck can pay the interest rate? We're at like 7.5% right now. Homes are fucking double the price they were before COVID. Yeah, who's gonna buy it? Nothing. What are they gonna try to do? Push that shit off, and they're gonna try to get a builder loan so they can get lower rates. What comes with a builder loan? 3 to 5 year fucking terms. Oh, you think that the rates are gonna go down that much in 3 to fucking 5 years? No. It's another circle jerk. This is 2008 all over again. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? 700,000 more homes on the market than home buyers. What are we talking about here? Dallas killed the short-term rentals, the Airbnb. What are we talking about? It's fucked up.
And said they ignored over 96 court orders.
And which court orders were those?
I can't tell you specifics, but I do know the Alien Enemies Act deportations, they ignore those. A DOJ whistleblower actually came out and said that the Deputy Attorney General at the time, Emile Beauvais, said that we need to prepare to tell the court, fuck you. They were ready for an injunction. They were ready for the courts to enjoin.
Hey, you said I bought 2 houses in the last 5 years. I hope you didn't overpay. I hope you didn't overpay. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you didn't overpay. Shit.
Their ability to deport these people with no due process, and they still did it. To a labor camp.
They have not, to my knowledge, they have not done anything that's actually reversed or disobeyed a court order. And
then
as I
you
mentioned,
got somebody in this bitch like Syndicate talking about, yeah, Figure's just an idiot. Oh, my bad. Oh, Syndicate, you talking to Allen. My bad, Syndicate. I was finna get on your ass. I thought you was talking to me. Let me mind my business.
And I also want to bring this back to Democrats. We're talking about Trump a lot. Yeah. The Democrats, they failed to uphold the rule of law. They let that poor Ukrainian refugee get murdered after the man had prior convictions. There's been a myriad of cases of Democrats and George Soros-funded prosecutors letting these violent criminals off the streets, and that, to me, is not upholding the rule of law. I don't think anyone in this room would agree that upholding the rule of law.
Yeah, in the case of the man that murdered Irina Zarutska, and just really quick, I want to establish this.
Then he's talking about what's the source. The numbers are there. The data's out there. Go look up the housing data. Look at how many homes are on the market. Look at how they're slashing prices fucking everywhere. Phoenix, Austin, Florida. They're slashing prices everywhere. If you're in middle America somewhere, hey, yeah, maybe your prices aren't getting slashed that much, but I bet you if you're in middle America, home prices have still went up 2 to 3 times what they were before the pandemic. Straight up. Yeah, it's going on right now. And yes, I do got some anecdotal evidence. I had another channel where I was going out to these new constructions and I was asking these fucking builders about the builder loans and shit that was going on. Yeah, when Biden had the economy fucked up, when they was making all these cookie cutter homes and fucking duplexes, slapping them up in like a month and a half, 2-3 months, screws falling out the fucking wall. Yeah, I was around there putting a fucking microphone in their face, man, asking them about these builder loans.
If the Democrats are doing something wrong, I know everybody here is going to believe that they break the rule of law, that they cheat. Donald Trump calls them cheaters all the time. He said the only way they can win is cheating. Does that make it right to cheat? Does that make it right to ignore the rule of law?
Does that make it right for the Democrats to cheat?
Of course not.
No, I don't believe so.
I hold that principle for both parties, and you should as well. So whenever I'm making an argument, you shouldn't say, let's talk about the Democrats instead. Because then this is a country of laws, rules, democracy, institutions. It should stay that way. If you agree, then we probably should move on. But I just want to get that out. In the case of the man that murdered Irina Zarutska, it was a murder, by the way. I don't think it was like he was totally justified to kill some innocent woman for no reason. What were any of the charges that he went to jail for previously?
I was in jail for armed robbery, is that correct?
Okay. And should he receive like a life sentence? Should he be there for the rest of his life?
Well, there's a felony murder rule. I don't know if he killed anyone, but if he was charged with felony murder, he should go away for a pretty long time. I mean, armed robbery.
So what was he charged with essentially? Because a lot of times, I see this with Groypers too, they bring up an instance of a minority that committed a crime, and they're going to show a list of previous offenses. It's going to be something along the lines of robbery, for example, maybe arson, maybe shoplifting, and they're going to say the system failed. I mean, we're also a system of reasonable punishments. I know we remember what amendment.
This is the thing. When people were getting those builder loans, running to get those builder loans because rates was high and shit, you know, towards the end of Biden's term, we have to realize money was still plentiful then. Home prices, it was still a fucking seller's market. People were still coming in paying $10,000 to $15,000 over asking. People were still coming in with all cash offers over. That shit is gone. Those days that shit's done. It's over with. It's over with. They just told BlackRock they can't buy private property and shit's done. I don't know if y'all know what happens after this. I mean, hell, I'm not Nostradamus or something, but it doesn't seem too fucking far-fetched that prices have to come down. When I'm looking in Phoenix, Austin, Florida, shit's coming down 25%. I don't know. Niggas act like you got to be Nostradamus to know this shit.
That's from, right? So
one of the worst
you
minutes.
Can't just put people in jail forever, right? You can't also expect to know what crimes they're going to commit.
Right, but there's a lot of cases in which these people were, I mean, there's also the New York no cash bail rule. These are just laws that endanger the community because
bail's only granted after the determination that the individual is not going to pose a threat or stay within that given jurisdiction, right?
No, I think that yes, the court does determine that the bail can be given if they're not a danger to society.
Mhm.
But the standard still gets lowered because we're still having no cash bail. You're still allowing people to serve probation for very serious felonies and for violent armed robbery. It should be a really long time prison, probably about 20 years. And when you release these people that early, it endangers the community and you fail to uphold the rule of law.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to shake hands. I have clammy hands, so it's up to you. Thank you, man. Nice to meet you, man. Nate, got it. I remember that one, yeah.
So my point is this: do you follow litigation tracker?
Not for all cases, no.
Okay, but that's run by NYU professors, not very friendly to Trump. That shows that they've won about 126 court cases to date, and he's lost more than he's won. He's lost 250.
Loses a lot of cases, yeah.
Right. That's not someone who doesn't follow the legal process. That's somebody that shows up to court 250 different times and loses and goes through the process in the legal system as it's designed.
Mm-hmm.
Another point you brought up was the judges and criticizing the rulings of the Supreme.
You said all the FHA homes that are going under are going to go to the vets and the homeless. How? 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 How the fuck they gonna afford? They homeless. 0% down. Mortgage still gonna be due next month, nigga. How?
Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I think that's called democracy, and you're allowed to disagree and not necessarily respect every decision that the Supreme Court has.
I agree. Yeah.
Obama has criticized them at the State of the Union address.
I know Biden has as
right
well.
in front of them, or right directly in front of them.
Yeah.
Biden called a decision destabilizing that the Supreme Court made. So there's been disagreements in the past. I don't think that necessarily means that Trump and his administration is above the law.
Okay.
And then the same thing with the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. They did rule against that, but the ruling was not that he couldn't do it. It was that particular statute didn't apply
didn't grant them the power, yeah.
to the tariffs.
Yeah.
4 days later, they complied, and they've already been processing refunds.
Yeah.
And now he's looking into, I think it's 122, or he's looking at different alternative methods. This is not somebody that doesn't follow the law. This is someone that fights for his principles and is willing to use the legal systems available and take the legal channels available to fight for the American people, because that's what a leader does.
It's funny. So when you're in court because you are discriminating against individuals after signing Executive Order 14161, targeting people.
So this is the thing. You said banks will have no choice. Just watch and see. You will see. That sounds like another epidemic of subprime lending. That's exactly, unless they're going to give these motherfuckers up or home prices are going to come down dramatically. How? Even if the bank hands them the fucking home, they're still gonna want a payment, nigga. It's gonna go right back to the bank, and it's gonna be auctioned off. It's gonna be just like the commercial real estate. It's gonna sell for 80 pennies on the dollar. 20% of the value. It's about it. We call it in the hood. Y'all know what we call that shit in the hood? Jackballing. They finna jackball all of them homes off. It's over with, man. It's over with, man. The market has to adjust. It'll settle somewhere. Double tap the screen, chat. We got to hit the like goal. We're 25 likes away from the next like goal.
For, I guess, pro-Palestinian speech is the way it was applied in practice. Is that a novel legal theory, or is the issue the fact they're violating individual civil liberties?
I'd have to look into that particular case. But what I would say is that there are types of speech that just aren't allowed. You can't scream fire in a movie theater.
Support
Gaza.
So
pro-Palestinian, it's very vague, and I'd really like to hear the
I
justification and the rationale behind that.
And those documents show that individuals like they targeted, for example, Mahmoud Khalil, who was a legal permanent resident, green card, be here for a long time, a family and everything, black bagged off the street. They had no cause, no real evidence, tenuous at best, that this man was providing material support to Hamas. It was just the fact that he was pro-Palestinian. And there's also a Mazal list of other individuals that were also targeted for the same thing. So while you say he shows up to court, I recognize that. But what is he showing up to court for?
All the numerous lawsuits and
like
whatever
like
else.
Deploying the National Guard against Democrat states, like depriving individuals of their First Amendment rights.
That shows he's pro-law enforcement, because by doing so, he's enforcing the rule of law, which the Democrat governors refuse to do in their own cities.
If you're pro-law enforcement, you invest in law enforcement. You ensure that all these officers have everything they need to do their job to the best of their abilities. But he didn't do that.
But
for example, in the case of Operation
endorsed
Metro
Trump,
Surge,
right?
In the case of Operation Metro Surge, the number of ICE
This is what I don't get. I don't understand how people are just, I understand that a lot of us have personal ties and personal stake in this. But a lot of you come in here and act like markets don't correct. Like markets just go up forever. I don't understand where y'all are getting this from, that markets don't correct.
Agents deployed like greatly overpowered the local municipal police department, 3,000 to 400.
Maybe they weren't doing their job.
Oh, okay. So are we back in the blue or
We
is the blue
absolutely
not
back
backing
to
us?
blue,
The
and
blue
that's
isn't
why,
backing us. Is that
well,
what's
that's
happening?
why we're increasing the amount of law enforcement officials. ICE is official law enforcement.
We
absolutely back to
ICE is not going to show up to cities hundreds of miles away from the border with the intention of doing roving patrols and picking anybody up because they sound like they're Mexican.
Well, let me just say this: we were pro enforcing the law, and so just because you're an officer doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing your job or that you're even following the laws of the federal system.
Typically, court doesn't mean somebody's solving a dispute of just a differing opinion as to what a statute entails. It's harm being done and the court deciding to provide them a remedy. So those violations, when ruled upon and determined the executive is operating outside of the constraints that they're in, according to Article 2, that's not a good thing. That means you broke the law, and it was determined by a judge that you did so, right?
Well, not necessarily, because
that's not what that means.
Lower courts get overruled all the time.
Regardless of whether or not that, hold
day,
on. Regardless of whether or not that's the case, that does not mean that you ignore a ruling, right? You
again,
follow it up until
that
a
was
court
already
of
a pending
higher
appeal.
jurisdiction. We follow until a court of higher jurisdiction overrules that one or stays a particular order.
Well, what I would like to say is that the numbers don't lie. Trump has showed up again, lost more than 250 times
because he broke the law 250 times.
No, just because you don't agree with the law or the interpretation doesn't mean he broke the law. He showed
doesn't
up
agree
to
with the
court.
interpretation. Whenever he talks about these things, he's mad he doesn't have the power.
You mean
he believes he should have
anybody who
No, prices are gonna come down because people aren't gonna fucking buy homes and people aren't gonna rent homes. People are gonna move back home. Y'all like how I did that wordplay. I used to be a rapper, yeah. Prices are gonna come down because people aren't gonna buy homes, people aren't gonna rent homes, people are gonna move back home. Yeah. Yeah.
Discretion to do whatever he wants, like go to war in Iran, like impose tariffs that are going to impact the average American's regressive tax, like, I don't know, coming after states that he doesn't like either, targeting Act Blue, targeting nonprofits, targeting James Comey, all these individuals. Because at the end of the day, the law, it doesn't matter to Donald Trump. What matters is doing whatever the fuck he wants.
what matters,
that's not a person you want in office, right?
What matters is improving the quality of life here in the United States.
You said with Trump, the realtor and businessman not buy houses at 20% of their value for the vets. No, Trump would not buy homes at 20% of their value and give it to vets. No, fuck no. Maybe to 5 or 10 people, which would be a blessing, but to buy all of the fucking homes that go to foreclosure and just make a government initiative to redirect these to the homeless vet, no, fuck no. Only person would probably do that shit, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Chad. It's probably one politician in fucking America that would do that right now, bro.
States.
Yeah, and he still
Donald Trump is a fighter, and at the end of the day, the people who voted him in don't want him to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And we support the ongoing fight.
Listen, thank you for being nice, but the short-term pain hurts a little too much. Okay, so
but you need short-term pain for long-term growth.
Okay, we'll see about that one. We'll see about that one. Nice to meet you, bro.
Short-term pain, long-term growth. I like that.
You're running first.
Then here comes Never Under Pressure, comment in all caps, low vibration content. Low vibration comment. Low vibration comment. You came in here bringing low vibration here, telling me to do better. Never Under Pressure. How about this, Never Under Pressure? Take your own advice, spiritual ass nigga. Yo, spiritual hypocritical ass, man. Yeah, spiritual hypocritical ass nigga. Hotel.
State or federal?
State Assembly District 8.
State Assembly.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Name again?
Joseph Sharafi.
Nice to meet you, Joseph. So I'm assuming you believe they follow the rule of law and the Constitution?
As being POTUS, it is a hard job. I'm not going to pretend here that he's a saint and that he's done everything correct, and we're going to sit here and make everybody happy in this conversation. However, just like you've pointed out, yes, there's been a number of different cases that we've brought to the table, and he's still here.
He's won before.
Election? Yep.
And then he's won again.
Okay.
Now, are these elections, are they fake?
No, he believes they are.
So there's people, well, I don't know if he believes they are if he
does.
won.
Every single election he's participated in, he says it was rigged.
I think that's opinionated. I
No,
don't
he
think
said
he's
it.
going to say that the one that he won is fake. That's wrong. He
No,
believes
said,
that he
said
won
there was fraud in
correctly.
2024 as well, but it was just too big to rig.
Hold on, let me go back. Slow down. All right, slow down. Do you think that he actually
It's not
won?
better than mine. I'm sorry.
You think
not
he
better than mine.
won?
Yeah, never under pressure. Some of you Hotep niggas need to look in the mirror, bro. Maybe y'all need to get out the mirror because y'all got too much ego. Some of you Hotep niggas need to take your own advice. I'm just going to be honest with you. You Hotep niggas walking around trying to tell people, oh, black man, you need to do this, you need to do that. Listen, man. Your motherfucking mama ever tell you to mind the business that pays you, nigga? Your mama ever teach you some fucking home training? You don't come in nobody's house yelling and shit, man. I need you to get back to the basics, nigga.
The election or no? Do you think he thinks he won?
I think the American
he does
people
too.
were.
And I think he believes that the election process that happened in 2025 was a good deal for him, right? So now let's talk about the president's job. The job of the president is to govern the whole nation.
Yes.
Right?
You 67 years old. Well, you know better then, nigga. What we talking about? You 67. You know better. Yeah, you just acting out. You just cutting up now. You know better.
The job is to help us get into a position where we profit and that our communities and families can thrive, right?
Totally agree.
And that's what he ran on. And that's why I voted for him. And that's why I believed him.
And you know what?
Because
Let me level with you. Let
the
me level
moments
with you.
that he took and he actually grandstand and made everybody feel happy and funny and warm. But he was actually pounding on great ideas that we needed as Americans at the time.
Yeah. You know what? Let me level with you
I
really
do
fast.
think he does follow the rules of law.
Well, we're not talking about the rule of law right now. We're talking about
What's
your
up,
feelings
Brandon?
with respect to his policy. And I actually agree. A lot of the American people were under the impression that regardless of how vulgar he was, his policy.
See, this is the thing, Chad. Thank you for that, Michael. Never Under Pressure is telling me in all caps, produce content that uplifts our community and the world. Never Under Pressure. Take your own advice, nigga. Press live. Record a video. Do a YouTube short, nigga. Go dance with the kids and shit. Don't come in here trying to tell another grown man how to run his show. Guess what? Never Under Pressure. I've been doing this shit for 2 years on this channel. Gonna be doing it for 10 more after you swipe up on this live, nigga. Take your own advice. I don't need your advice, Never Under Pressure. I need you to take your own advice. Be the peace and love and prosperity that you want to see spread. Go be that shit, nigga. Go be that shit, nigga.
Policy was designed to make their lives better. Tariffs are going to reshore manufacturing. There's going to be a short-term level of pain. And at the end of the day, we have hundreds of thousands of jobs for blue-collar workers or anybody that doesn't want to go to college. That didn't happen. So hold on. He said he was going to secure the border. What's a single bill that he's passed to secure the border and bring about decade-long comprehensive change?
Well, I'll tell
That
you
hasn't
this.
happened.
I've been to
It hasn't
Nogales. I've
happened.
been to the border.
It
I've
didn't happen.
seen the actual
Hold on,
law
you're not
being
answering the
built.
question.
I've talked to contractors that are actually being paid in order to build this. Now, being
hold
a
on,
part
hold
of
on.
a
You're not answering the
nonprofit,
question.
now being a part of a nonprofit
Okay.
that counters child trafficking, we understand that the border was the most vulnerable part for these children to come in and to be taken advantage of and to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
That has stopped a huge amount. During
This man gonna come in here and say, I can see now that you're gonna stay stuck because if you're not willing to learn. At least I got started, nigga. Half you niggas ain't even gonna get started. I got the ups on you, nigga. I done laughed you niggas 3-4 times because you ain't even got started. Don't come in here telling me what I'm not gonna be and what I'm not gonna do, and you ain't even started yet. Nigga, press live.
the Biden administration, it was flooded open. All these kids were coming in. Over 300,000 kids just reported were going into the United States with no documentation, no nothing.
They were documented.
And this was the last point of entry where they were able to get stopped. And no, you can't say that all these children were documented. That is a very offhanded, a very vague, opinionated
that were
statement.
given away to family members, etc., like
so
verified
you're
individuals.
going to tell me, as the president
I'm not
of
gonna let you get away from what I said.
no, as a child trafficking advocate, you're going to tell me that you know the numbers better than me. That you're saying all
You need to get
300,000
offended,
children
bro.
of these children, I'm not offended.
How do you have a number?
300,000 of these children were all documented. I'm
How do
just
you have
trying to get you on what you're
I
saying.
have a question. How do you have a number?
from different organizations that work with the government.
So not the federal government themselves.
Yes, of course, the federal government.
Okay, so they have a number of a certain level, a certain amount of kids, correct? Okay.
Absolutely.
Which means what?
That they have a limited record number of actual abuse. Yeah, but that's only that's a little percentage of what we actually see.
You think there's more children? Millions?
There is definitely hundreds of thousands of children. If the record is 300,000, guaranteed it's at least double that. Because they don't report.
And you know what? That's scary. And child trafficking is terrible. So what's the bill that Donald Trump's introduced to tackle it?
I am telling you that he has brought the border under control. He has secured the border. I've seen it myself. Look, I've been to Washington. I've actually delegated for the Dignity Act to try to get people to have amnesty to be able to be here so that they can work here and pay and live under the rule of law. Okay? Yep. I've been to the border. I've seen Nogales. I've seen straight up open desert where people can only get by.
All right. You say this is what you're trying to teach me. And what I'm trying to teach you is to take your own advice. Everything that you're telling me to do, take your own advice. Just do it. Just do it. Trust me, I have mentors. I have elders. I have people who I reach out and talk to on a daily basis that are about your age, nigga. They about your age. And I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I take heed to their advice. But I'm my own man. I need you to be the light that you want to shed. That's it. Why? Why is it so hard for you to do that? Why is it so hard, man? This shit's not easy. Getting up here every single night for 4 to 6 hours at a time for 2 years straight, it's not easy. If it was easy, niggas would be here 2 years straight doing it. But you know what's easy? You coming in my chat telling me how I need to run my show. That's easy. You don't want to get up here. You don't want to put your face in front of all of these people every night for 4 to 6 hours. You don't want these bright lights in your face and shit. No, you want to come here and tell me what to do. That's easy.
Through the what do they call those big giant spikes that they used to put on the beaches?
Keep living, nigga.
That was the only thing that was covering it. People can walk right through there. There is now a border being built, a road. We never had a road going from the west to the east through that area. Now we do because of what he's done. So whether you want to say it's a bill or not, his initiatives, his litigation has put it to that area where we can now actually say, hey, something's getting done.
So I appreciate the monologue, but it was just to prove that, well, he failed in that promise.
He didn't fail.
The other one was no new wars. What happened there?
No new wars. I agree that we needed to fight and say, hey, no new wars.
This is what I'm saying, Chad. This is how I put them on the spot. We done talking to Never Under Pressure after this. Never Under Pressure. You can come up on the live stream right now, show us your beautiful life, tell us about all the education you got and how you saved the black folks in your community. How you saved the black folks in your community. Come on up. Mods, drop the Discord for Never Under Pressure. Never Under Pressure, he has the floor. The nigga wants to spread whatever message he wants to. I'm giving him the floor. He can come up here, cut his camera on, smile at the camera, and tell us he's lived. He said in all caps, I have lived. Tell us your story, nigga. You got the floor. Tell us, mods, drop the Discord. Where's the Discord? This is what I do, chat. People come in here trying to and then I give them the floor and they freeze up. They don't want to get in front of, they don't want to cam up. They don't want to get on here and really talk, man. They just want to type. He got his fucking socks off, laid in the bed, man, eating Cheeto Puffs and shit, telling me what to do. Come on up here. There goes the Discord. Screenshot it on your phone, go to your pictures, and you can click it. You'll be in the Discord. Don't waste my time, man. Don't waste my time. Come on up here. You wanted the floor. You wanted the attention. I'm giving it to you. I'm extending my platform to you. You said you lived life. I need to listen to my elders. You can teach me all this and that. Come do it. Come do it. I'm in the Discord. Come do it.
To get into the White House. Okay. And when you get into the White House, you have a whole new perspective of what happens. You can run all you want and say, I'm running my campaign on this and this and that. When you get in there and you're dealing with a flock of 10 to 20-year-old litigators that have been in there that are telling you this, and you're trying to find the best way to get around, yeah, you might make some sticky situations.
Might drag us into some wars, yes.
I'm definitely not going to sit and say that I'm pro-war, but I can say
address the
being
immigration
president
thing that you
is one of the
mentioned.
hardest jobs in the world, and I don't think that you would want to be that right now.
Fuck no, definitely not, which is why I don't think Donald Trump's well fit for the job when he's falling asleep in the Oval Office. But
Well,
that's besides the point.
the
You
American
said you
people
voted for
think
him
that he is.
because he made you feel nice. No, polling's pretty bad.
No,
but you
because
said you
he
voted for
ran
him,
on great
and he's-
principles that I
yes,
agreed on.
and he's failed to provide in every
He has
single
not
one.
failed
He
to
has.
provide in every one.
We've lost a million jobs over the and this, by the way,
that
this
is not true. We have
necessarily-
not lost
have,
a million
according to the
jobs.
BLS, yes.
No, okay. If anything, we've actually gained jobs that were lost from 30 years of free negotiating with China that hollowed out American jobs.
The manufacturing.
He brought those back.
Look, TD Jakes, I don't need your ass in here trying to be all moral and take a high ground and shit too. The same goes for you, nigga. You see the Discord right there. I'm not finna go back and forth with you Twitter finger typer ass niggas, man. I'm a grown man in here, bro. I deal with this shit every fucking night. Come up here, TD Jakes, TD JC. Come on up here, man. How are you saving the black community when you're trying to keep them in the hands of their handlers? You don't know the truth and you are not willing to learn. Well, bring your ass in here and tell us the truth then, nigga. Come tell us the truth then, nigga. Don't talk about it, be about it, man. Come on in here and tell us the truth, nigga. I don't want to read the truth. I want to hear the truth. Be on man time. All you niggas in talking about you can learn me something and teach me a lesson. Ain't nobody on man time. Ain't nobody on man time. What, y'all need a phone number? Y'all want me to drop the phone number for you? Will that work? Is that better? Do I need to accommodate you, nigga?
Let's slow down. The
Oh,
manufacturing.
let's not slow down. Let's pick it up a little bit. Come on, dude.
Okay, listen. I know you want to be emotional, but facts don't care about your feelings, okay? The manufacturing sector has not grown.
It hasn't.
Okay, what's that?
Really? So electric technology, electric vehicles,
general spending on manufacturing,
data
construction
centers,
has actually been
AI,
hold on.
technology, Silicon Valley, like making deals with Saudi Arabia so that we can get
You're
trillions
just
of
listing
dollars.
things off here. So let's control ourselves.
I mean, you were just listing off bills with the homeboy over here.
Manufacturing spending on construction has been in a free fall since Donald Trump assumed office.
Because the
We've
tariffs
lost over
needed to get through a
100,000
proving point,
okay,
right?
So we haven't.
We
so
said
have,
this 2 years ago. We said it was going to go high.
Top Cat. All right, Top Cat joined the Discord. Top Cat, we not going to stop the show too much longer. If they want the phone number, I'm going to drop the phone number. But they better call in talking the real business. I'm talking about they better have the fucking answers. They better have the fucking answers. But Top Cat, this is one of my elders that I respect and that I get a lot of life lessons from and historical facts from. So maybe y'all listen to Top Cat. Y'all don't like the way I put this shit down. Maybe you like the way Top Cat speaks on it. Go ahead, Top Cat.
I'm just it got me kind of hyped up because people jump in here and I made the same mistake too. I jumped my ass in here talking about gossip and everything, and then you showed me that you was 100%, and everybody wants to push in a different way. If you can teach somebody, or how they say in basketball, if you can reach out and say something, if you reach, you got to teach. If you can come show us something, I mean, brother is older than me. You know what I mean? If you got it to say, then you better have it to back up. Don't just come in here saying, don't say this, don't say that, don't do that. But you can't come in here and tell us no historical facts to us, tell us why, tell us how to survive once we start living in that certain situation. Then don't come over here telling me shit. You know what I'm saying? And I really think it's a whole bunch of buster ass shit to run up in here. Cause when you hit me up, I hop my ass up on the motherfucking stage. I cammed up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really thinking that these cats is real busters. If you're you can be a 15-year-old buster, or you can be a 70-year-old buster. A buster is a buster. Don't say that you stand behind it, but you ain't willing to at least get on here and show your voice. You got the number and you got the Discord. Other than that, shut your bitch ass up. That's all I got to say.
Man, I appreciate you, Top Cat, man. We paused the show. We gave them time. The offer still stands. If they need the phone number, we'll drop it again. The Discord is dropped. It's everywhere. But we gonna move on with the show. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, hell, I put them on man time. That's what we doing over here. That's what we doing over here. We got to put them on man time. But I appreciate you, Top Cat. We finna move on with the show. Now you in here talking about can I handle the truth? I don't need you to answer can I handle the truth. I just extended you two different ways to come up here. A Discord, and I offered to drop you a phone number. Now you asking can I handle the truth? See, I don't even like getting like this, chat. I don't even like getting like this because I try to be respectful. I try to be like this. But at a certain point, man, motherfuckers got to get on. Y'all got me on man time. I was in my streamer mode. I was chilling. But y'all came in here and got me on man time. Now I'm on man time and you asking questions. You asking questions and shit. Can I handle the truth? Can you speak the truth? Do you know the truth? If it's so much of the truth, why are you hesitant? You nervous? Because when I see these other people, when I see the Israelites and they speaking about the truth, they don't hesitate. They click that link. They come on up here. They come on up here and talk about what they want to talk about. So if that's the truth that you talking about, what you waiting on, nigga? What you waiting on? Got me slowing my chat up for you, nigga. Don't mean know you.
We all know this, and it was going to drop because he was bluffing people. And the bluff worked. 75% of different countries.
You need to calm down.
They went to it.
You need to calm down right now.
Slow down.
Listen. So if manufacturing spending, or construction spending is down in a free fall, over 100,000 manufacturing jobs lost specifically, and you mentioned AI.
New jobs being created, yes.
Not because of Trump.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Because
okay,
of Trump.
what bill?
Because, okay, you want to talk about the bills, let's talk about the news lines.
Okay,
let's talk about him going to Saudi
anything.
Arabia and getting
He himself-
trillions of dollars donated to America.
That's not showing up in the
now
foreign
let me ask
direct
you
investment
this.
numbers.
Biden,
That's not showing up.
Did Biden show up
Those
and did
numbers
he
are not
get
real.
anybody to actually believe in America? No. Everybody
Yeah, he did a
started
bad job.
hating America because
I know not everybody.
of Biden.
That's not true. That's not
We
true.
know that's true.
The American,
and if Kamala Harris would have got in there, they would have taken advantages of even further.
Yeah.
Now,
so,
am I saying he's made every right decision? I don't think that's even possible for
Okay.
a human because he's a human. But I do believe that if we put Kamala Harris in there, we would be way worse off.
Okay. So I believe that Joe Biden did a really bad job messaging to the average American. I can give you that. I
He
think
did a bad
even I
job at
was
standing up for America in general.
Donald Trump walks with a stanky leg, bro.
I'm not even talking about walking. I'm talking about he
sleeps in
didn't
the Oval
go in
Office.
and stand up for us
When
as a
Stephen
leader.
Miller presents
He
him with
let
the executive-
people run
Bro,
all
what do you
over
mean?
us.
Wait. When Stephen Miller presents him with an executive order, he's like, "Which that one, Stephen?" He's like, "Oh, we're gonna kill everybody, Bill." And he's like, "Oh, that's a good one. I heard about that." He doesn't even know what's being presented.
Look,
in his
I love
desk,
your
and he has to
impression.
sign.
The impression
He
is
doesn't
actually,
know.
it's a little terrible. I honestly
It's
think
really good. Don't be
mine's
mad.
a little
It's okay.
better.
It's okay to have a good one.
It's the best, actually, if you've ever asked. If
Not
you know,
everybody
I've
has to be
actually
good at the same
best.
things. Donald Trump is good at, I don't know, talking shit on a microphone. He's not good at being president.
Look,
in the same way that you're
if we
not
were
good at
gonna-
doing a Trump impression.
If we were going to say that morality was you have to be 100% morality, the 100% correct. Let's just blow everyone out of the water.
absurd.
That's what I'm saying, Top Cat. He must not have had his sword and shield today. I done extended the offer 3-4 times and sat here and went back and forth. He talking about, can I handle the You must have left your sword and shield at the house, nigga. This shit is crazy.
I
in
never said
Washington
that.
because nobody could do that.
I never said
Exactly.
that.
So he's a person. So let's
Okay.
talk about
He
him
makes
like the
mistakes.
person.
King. Let's put him in therapy.
I wouldn't
What's
say
up,
he's a
sir,
king.
Bob?
I definitely wouldn't say he's
Let's
a king.
put him in therapy. You know, maybe he needs some counseling. Maybe he's just like, he gets mad sometimes and he just wants to like.
All right, let me ask you
call
a
for the
question
death
because I
of
think
6 members of Congress.
I
you know,
think
it's-
I think we're boring
Yeah.
everybody here. Let me ask
Yeah.
you a question.
What?
Do you think that immigration should be enforced?
So prompt 2 is about immigration, sir.
Well, I'm just asking.
You know what? Yeah.
Nobody's put up the
actually, hold
signs
on.
yet.
That's a
Let's
great
ask
point.
the question.
The rule of law. That's a great point. Immigration should be enforced. Donald Trump's not enforcing immigration law.
Okay.
He's violating the INA.
How do you think he's not-
violating the INA, showing up to courthouses to pick people up, pressuring judges to drop those cases? That was ruled.
Okay.
Kristi
So
Noem
do you
got
think- do you
punished.
think ICE-
He deployed immigration and customs enforcement to Minnesota with CBP, Customs and Border Protection. I remember the southern border, Minnesota. I live in Minnesota. I thought it was Texas. Minnesota borders Mexico. I forgot. My bad. Issue on geography. He deployed them to do what? curtail individuals' First Amendment rights, kill 2 American citizens, go to schools, pick up kids, 5-year-old children, pending asylum orders with no order for removal.
So did Donald
Send
Trump?
individuals at
Donald
ports of
Trump.
entry to
Donald
labor
Trump said
camps
that.
in
Donald
El
Trump said
Salvador?
that.
No, it's not what he said. It's what he did.
Right. So because you're feeding
Yeah.
me what I fed you, so I'm going to give it back to you. Is
Donald
that-
Trump said a million things to
Donald
dehumanize
Trump
immigrants.
did
yeah.
not say go out there and kill little kids.
Thank you.
Okay? He didn't say go out there and kill them, right? He did send people to California because there was some craziness going on in California. And
Their
they needed
directives
help.
are illegal,
And we
sir.
know that California
Have you heard
has
about the
been
Todd Lyons
one
memo?
of the worst proponents
One of the worst ones,
what
you know. Amen.
U.S. should be.
I was in L.A. yesterday. Immigrants
And so,
everywhere.
yeah, as a Nevadan,
I
we
knew they were
don't
illegal
want
too. Just the eye test.
we
They didn't
don't
pass
want
the eye test.
California to come to Nevada.
Yeah,
Plain and
really.
simple.
Okay.
And you know what? We'll say that. I'll say this. And final running. Trump is not perfect. However, he has been a proponent of fighting against child trafficking. So I respect that aspect, and I hope that we can still fight and save a lot of these children out here that are getting abused.
I
neglected.
love.
But they just let Pam Bondi testify, not under oath, not recorded, over the cover up of the Epstein files, and she says Todd Blanche was handling it. Well, what the fuck was she doing then? What the fuck was she doing then?
That you mentioned that. So there's a guy named Jeffrey Epstein, and it says the rule of law right here. There was a act passed 177 days ago called the Epstein Transparency Act, and the deadline to submit the Attorney General Pam Bondi not Pam Bondi. I wonder why. Was forced to submit the documents 146 days ago, if I have the time correct. And then the current Attorney General Todd Blanche said no more documents, although there's still 3 million in DOJ custody. So they're violating a federal statute meant to be transparent and open about one of the fucking countries, the world's most infamous sex offenders and child traffickers. So he's a proponent of the child trafficking. Unless we talk about Epstein, he's a crazy guy. You know, we're going to talk about that guy.
You make a good point.
I know. Hey, there you go. How's it going, man?
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Alan. So I'm assuming you disagree with the prompt, right?
Yeah, I mean, my question to you fundamentally is, do you think, well, let me ask you this. Do you think Biden uphold the rule of law? Do you think
For
he
the most
enforced
part?
immigration?
Yeah, there's
policies?
no statutes changed in the books, and he used expulsions to, what's it called? Expedite removals multiple times to expel a number of illegal immigrants that came into the country illegally.
He didn't secure the border at all.
Illegally.
He let tons of people in illegally. So how is
He
that?
let him in.
Yeah,
So
he let
Joe
them in.
Biden
He didn't do
ignored-
anything to prevent them. He didn't send ICE.
Wow.
He didn't have border patrol.
CBP.
Bro, motherfuckers was supposed to be arguing that shit prior to 2024. Here we are, middle of 2026. You're still talking about Biden and shit, bro. Hasn't the border been closed for a year and a fucking... What are we talking about? Can Joe Biden just eat his fucking ice cream, man, and ride off into the sunset with his fucking stunner shades on, man?
CBP exists. Yeah, that's existed.
A lot of
that
border
predates his
a lot of
administration.
border patrol agents said that they weren't allowed to do things that they're supposed to be doing under the Biden administration.
Like what?
So how is that upholding the rule of law?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that border patrol agents were barred from doing things that they're required to by law. Can you tell me?
Yeah,
more?
like putting people back, sending them back to where they came from.
There were deportations under Joe Biden.
There was very little.
Okay,
They
so
let more people in the country illegally than any other administration. So how is that?
Wait, hold on.
No, how is
So,
that upholding
just
the
for,
rule
like,
of law?
assertive-
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. A year ago, maybe that was the biggest issue on the table. But right fucking now, bro, even if we removed all of the illegal immigrants in the country right now, we still got some fucking problems, bro. We got a lot of shit going on. This shit is crazy, bro. The real McGoy says, as far as I'm concerned, you'll provide knowledge to everyone. You can and you can pay attention to your chat to keep educating people who have been fed lies over and over. That's support for everyone, so thank you. Thank you to Real McGoy. You know, sometimes I get on one, sometimes I get off topic, man, but we hang out. It's the weekend, baby. We are the weekenders, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, The Real McGoy. I appreciate you for all your continued support.
Hold
the
on.
rule of law.
Bro, slow
so
down.
whenever Obama was,
Lock in,
I'm not
bro.
going to slow down. Whenever Obama was in office, he deported a lot of people, right? When Biden got in, he didn't uphold the same rules of law that Obama, that Bush, that Trump term one had to follow. He did not do that. That was one of the reasons why he lost the election. He put Kamala Harris as the border czar to actually enforce the law, and she failed to do that.
Okay.
I mean, you're
So-
laughing, but it's reality.
It's not actually reality.
It is
sadly. I'm sorry to
reality.
break it to you. So you said that they deported very little people, but CBP wasn't allowed to deport people. So how?
I didn't say they weren't allowed. I
Oh,
said that
you did.
No, they were highly encouraged not to. A lot of border patrol agents.
We got bigger issues. We got the guy from the Heritage Foundation saying Project 2025 is damn near all the way totally completed. We got 10,000 more white South Africans coming. We got 600,000 Chinese students coming. We got H-1Bs out the fucking asshole. $5 gas. Shit, bro. It's fucked up right now. It's fucked up right now. Bond market shit. Oh my God, bro.
Complained. You can listen to Tom Holman. He talks about this all the time. He's been in charge of that agency under Democratic presidents and Republican presidents.
Okay.
There was a lot of pressure from the Biden administration, just like the Biden administration also pressured big tech companies to censor people on social media.
Bro,
so are they
that's
upholding
crazy.
the rule of law? Why are they
Okay,
putting
which
so
one
much?
which one do you want me to talk about? You pick.
My main
Immigration
point,
or social media?
My main point is this:
You know they're
you
going
keep
around
saying
sending
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, it's not enough. Like y'all not really mad about immigration. Y'all don't care about the South Africans that's finna come over here. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't care. Let's be honest. Y'all really don't give a fuck, bro.
Penis,
you
to
keep,
Discord,
you keep saying
Google,
Trump doesn't uphold the
Microsoft,
rule of law.
Facebook.
You keep
with
saying
the intention of
you,
what? Unmasking
keep saying
anonymous
Trump,
accounts that post things about ICE that they don't like.
you keep saying Trump
that's real legal pressure.
Doesn't uphold the rule of law, as if Democrats do that.
Yeah.
When in reality, under their administrations, there's been a lot of instances, which we've already went over, where they're not
No, we
upholding
haven't.
the rule of law.
So Joe Biden. Wait, how many illegals came in under Joe Biden?
They say around 20 million. That's the estimate.
Who said that?
The federal government.
That's not true.
Trump,
DHS
many of
says
the
there's
officials,
10
Tom
million
Holman.
in count.
Tom Holman.
Donald Trump said 30. Kristi Noem under oath said 15
He
to
actually
25.
says 20. He cites that number all the time.
Kristi Noem under oath said 15 to 25 million. DHS prior to that said there was 10 million encounters, and those encompass individuals.
There's a
that were
margin of error
expelled
for
at a-
something where you can't
Bro,
track
the margin
people.
of
That's
error
common
is
sense,
20
dude.
million?
It's between 10 and 20 million. Yes, it's somewhere in that range. That's what
10 million
even
versus-
Democratic people have been
You
saying
know, there's
this, dude.
Godaway estimates of individuals that managed to evade CBP, correct? And that's anywhere from 2 to
So
3
are
million.
you making the argument that the Biden
They enforced the rule
administration
of law, yes.
handled the border well and
That's a
handled
different- that's a
immigration
different
well?
question.
It's a yes or no
Nope,
answer.
that's a different
Do you
question.
think they did well?
It's a question of, hold on.
Because
hold on.
they did not uphold the policies for
hold on.
immigration
Hold
during
on,
his
sir.
administration.
The prompt says uphold both the rule of law and the Constitution. Now, asking me if
Yeah.
they did an effective job at doing so. You recognize that that's
yeah,
a
they did
fundamentally
not
different
uphold
question,
the
right?
law. They didn't enforce
Okay.
the law that's on the books.
Okay.
Administrations have the ability to either enforce the law that's on the books
They cannot ignore
or
the law.
ignore the
That's
law.
not true.
Yes.
No.
A lack of enforcement you can rule is also like ignoring the law. You're not doing the
So
job
where was this
you were put in
adjudicated?
position
Did the Biden
to do.
administration ignore the rule of law? Do we have any evidence of this being the case?
We have lots of evidence that they didn't enforce the immigration policies that have been passed
I know that.
since the Clinton administration.
recognize you
that
believe-
Obama enforced, that
Okay.
Bush enforced, that Trump termed. You're
Slow
laughing,
down.
but it's the reality.
No, it's because you're not. I asked you for
Well,
evidence.
I think Obama
evidence,
did
okay.
much better in
Listen,
upholding the law than, let's say, the Biden administration.
Evidence means examples, not you repeating what you just said. So do you have any evidence that they violated immigration? Title 8, I'm pretty sure is immigration, if I remember correctly.
The
Ignored
evidence, yeah, the evidence is all these people came in.
Oh, so it's just the inflows. That's what it is.
Yes, not
Okay.
enforcing deporting people, not enforcing deporting criminals, allowing illegal.
You said trafficking is what Biden let the border open. Where are those children? Where the fuck are you at, TD? Where are you? You asked, where are you at? We've been waiting on you. Where are you at? Okay, but off of that, I'm asking where the children are too. Cash Patel said they recovered all of these children. I haven't seen one happy family that got their kid back. Are they going back into the system? Are they going back to unvetted sponsors? That's a good question. Where are the children? Because they said that they recovered however many children they said that they found. Are they going back into the system?
Illegals that have criminal records to not have to go back to where they were supposed to.
Like who?
Dude, millions of them.
Bro,
why is it? Okay, so why is
well,
ICE?
what class of people were they granted temporary protected status because they can't go back to Haiti?
Why is ICE? Why has ICE in 2025 picked up tens of thousands of illegal immigrants that were here under Biden that have criminal records
Crawling in.
that had been sitting here
Walking
that
in
have
the
been
trap,
let
brother.
no, they've been let go of
Walking
crimes.
in, you're like, opening the door, you're going to lock yourself in a jail cell. So Immigration and Customs Enforcement has greatly changed its
There's
policy.
no Democrat.
Which is why
there's no Democratic
slow
leaders
down,
that
slow
think that
down,
Biden
slow
did
down,
well with the
slow down.
border.
Listen.
A lot of them
Hold on.
think he
We're
did terrible
bro, we
with
need to
the
stay on the
border.
prompt. We're talking about the rule of law, okay?
I'm talking about
Immigration
the rule
and
of law. I'm talking
Customs
about
Enfor-
enforcing the law.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement has changed their tune to an illegal extent. So, do you know about the Todd Lyons leak memo?
No.
They're violating the Fourth Amendment. They don't look towards a judicial officer for warrants. They just look at a higher-ranking ICE official to get warrants. So to enter an individual's domicile with no consent, nothing, just barging in and breaking the fucking
And they're
law.
not supposed to do that.
There is no evidence
If they're
of a
doing
leaked
that, they
memo
shouldn't.
under Joe
But
Biden.
my point
There
to
is
you,
no evidence of a leaked
point-
memo under Joe Biden. Under
my
Joe
point to
Biden,
you,
hold on,
Mauricio, is
under
that
Joe
both
Biden,
sides,
he oversaw
if we- if
the
we-
greatest
if-
displacement event. Donald Trump
if
and
we
Joe
wanna
Biden
be
alike.
100%
Slow
honest,
down. Now, let me
both
explain why this-
sides
Hold on. No, wait.
have had times
This
where
is
they
very important
violated the
information.
rule of law.
The people need to know this.
Democrat, for someone that
Hold
doesn't
on, the
like
people
Trump,
need
you
to know
love
this.
to
Hold
you
on,
love
the
to
people need
use
to
his
know
voice
this
all
shit.
the time.
Hold on, slow down. So under Donald Trump and under Joe.
Oh, chat, we're 25 likes away from the next like goal. We got to hit the like button, man. Y'all know we hit the like goals, we stay live longer. We don't hit the like goals, we get the fuck off, man. Double tap that screen for me, shut a live out. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
Biden, they oversaw the largest displacement event in the history of the Western Hemisphere.
Largest displacement what?
The decline.
Hey, one shot. Quit typing in all caps in this motherfucker, man. Quit yelling and shit. Sit down somewhere. Take your shoes off. Quit all that yelling.
Venezuela, that displaced almost 7 million people. A million of which.
Why were they here to begin with?
A million
Why
of
were
which-
they? Why were they
Brother,
here to begin with?
Slow down,
Mauricio.
Slow
Why
down.
were
You need to
they?
understand
Why
what I'm
were
saying.
they
First
here
name's
to
David,
begin
sir.
with?
Hold on.
They were here because Biden
You're not
let them
listening.
in, right?
Slow down. Listen. That displacement event led to 1 million Venezuelans coming to America and millions going around to fellow countries.
Why were
There
they
was
here?
also natural.
Why were they here?
Because we accept refugees, bro.
They did not come under refugee status. Majority of those
Like,
people,
there was
majority
millions of asylum
majority of
claims.
those people came
There
through
was
the carrot.
millions of
No,
asylum claims.
that's not true. Majority of those
what?
people. Majority of
Tyler, I don't even remember what you did. Excuse me. You said no hard feelings. If I cussed your ass out, Tyler, obviously you're unblocked, so no hard feelings.
those people came through the caravan and came into the United States, and they shouldn't have been here. That's something that Biden let people
So if
in
you're
that
just
were
okay,
criminals.
you recognize that
people from
Venezuela-
mental asylum clinics.
You recognize that Venezuelans would have they would have qualified for asylum, right?
Not
they're
all of them. No, there's different categories. There's
Wait,
the
sir,
CPC
excuse me.
ones.
Hold on. All of them did. It was a country
They did
in
not.
disarray
They did
with an
not.
abusive federal government
You're
that destroyed
completely
its
wrong.
economy.
No, they did not.
That
dude.
is that beats the critical
No,
fear standard.
no.
What do you mean?
That's not true.
What's the standard?
The ones that came in during that time were not permitted to be here. The only ones that were permitted to be here were the ones that had CPC status that had got it under Chavez, the previous president. So you're
Maduro
conflating
is
the two
not.
people.
So Maduro is not a dangerous leader that needed to
I
be.
didn't say he wasn't a dangerous leader.
So when your country's in disarray
I'm saying that
and
that
you are
amount of
subject
people
to
shouldn't.
discrimination
the people
based
that
on opinion,
the people,
gender,
majority,
race,
majority,
religious
Mauricio,
affiliation,
Mauricio,
you qualify for asylum, sir.
Mauricio,
You're saying majority with no evidence of any of the numbers, by the way. You said nothing
Mauricio,
specific.
majority of the people that came in, they were the criminals, and they also were people who had
from the
mental issues.
institutions too. Right?
Yes,
and the fucking
so
prison
if you have a
cells, yeah.
criminal record, you're not supposed to be permitted in this country. That's one of the rules. So all these people
do
that were
background checks, yeah.
all these people that were
We do
permitted
biometric background
shouldn't
checks.
have been here.
So-
there's no biometric if the people are coming in illegally, and we don't have a way to track
So
that.
were they
And
asylum
You're not being
seekers? Were
fair.
they-
You're
were
not
they-
being fair.
You're not being fair.
You're not
No,
being reasonable.
you're not being fair.
Because you're not recognizing most of these people that came in weren't even tracked. A lot of them had criminal records. Why was Trendy Aragua here in Denver, Colorado? Why are you laughing? They were here. There's tons of Venezuelans that actually killed Americans.
I listen.
All right, chat. We got to get the likes up, man. I know it's a slow night tonight, but we got to get the likes up. I forgot to tell y'all too that I got in a debate earlier where really was a fucking argument, man. I got in an argument, bro. I'm finna tell y'all how this shit went on. So I'm on a panel, and we're talking about just geopolitics, the state of the world, data centers, AI. Thank you, Karen, for supporting the channel via super chat. Thank you for always showing up for me, Karen. So, anyways, the debate gets a little heated, and it's this guy. He's a light skinned guy. I've known him on the app like a while. We've been on panels for a while and shit, and we've been into it before. But now mind you, he's mixed, right? He's mixed. He's got on his red bandana. He's just blooded out, right? And he calls me a hard ER. He calls all of us a hard ER, actually. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, damn, see, now that's what I be talking about. We getting infiltrated. Like, you sitting here, nigga, with Jordans and shit on, a fucking red bandana like you gang banging, and you just called us all hard ERs. And you know what his response was? Oh, my dad is West African. Nick. Oh, my God. Chat, when I tell you, I talk crazy to him, bro. I couldn't even hold it. Then, like 10 minutes later, he gets into it with somebody else and starts crying on the fucking panel. I'm talking about crying real tears on the panel. So I'm like, ain't no fucking way you trolled me. You talked all of this shit. We was just hard ERs and shit. And now you on this bitch crying? Oh, I screenshotted the fuck out of him, Chad. I got the screenshots, bro. I'm talking about tears bawling, man. I'm talking about pouting, bawling. Yes, I'm going to troll him too. I'm going to troll. I'm sorry. I asked for forgiveness. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to troll him. Fuck him. He shouldn't have fucked with me.
That's not funny.
Stop. The pearls they're running away. You got to clutch them harder.
There's
what are we doing right now?
There's a reason why Trump won, because people were fed up with this stuff.
They believe that they were fed up. Yes, they were fed up.
No, they were fed up because it was affecting them in their cities. People getting murdered. The infrastructure, having to share infrastructure with tons of people that you can't account for.
Every
who
city
aren't
ever?
even contributing taxes.
Every city in the world where you have to share infrastructure to people that you don't account for. Yeah,
I said the United States. When you
is that not how cities work? You share infrastructure?
When you have an influx of people, there was an example in Ohio. There was an influx of people in a city. They started having tons of Venezuelans come in, and that city,
they were seizing the apartment complexes.
That city did not have enough infrastructure to support the amount of.
Nah, Tom Cat, I fuck with you. I wouldn't do you like that. But see, this is the thing, chat. When I first came onto the app, and I started the family, and I was live streaming. This guy used to troll me. Like, he used to come to every fucking panel I was on debating and just screenshot me. And he was putting like fucking eggplant emojis all around my head and shit. Like, I didn't even notice, dude. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you bothering me? And so today, the straw that broke the fucking camel's back. Like, you just called us all hard ERs, bro. And then it's like, you fucking gang banging. We're hard ERs, but you're gang banging. And you talking about your dad's West African. Like, no, nigga. No, nigga. I'm on your ass, bro. I'm talking about talk crazy to him. Then he gets into it with somebody else and just starts bawling, bro. I'm talking about big tears, bawling, like in the camera crying, nigga. Trying to make money. He's trying to get paid off of his tears and shit. So, hey, it is what it is, man. I screenshotted the fuck out of I can't wait till he go live tomorrow, bro. I bet not see him live on the app all week, bro. I bet not see him live, bro. I'm gonna make him feel like shit.
Population that came in.
How's it going, bro? So I'm assuming you disagree with the prompt, right?
I want to start with asking you a question first.
Go for it.
Do you feel that Kamala Harris would have better upheld the rule of law?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me why?
Her administration did not show like a clear inclination to, I guess, like absurdly stretch the definitions or the possible use cases of particular statutes in pursuit of like an expedient way of passing their policy.
Okay, before she was vice president, what were her two roles in the executive branch?
Oh, in the executive branch?
Yes, for the state of California. Actually, for the city of San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, Top Cat. And when I got on his ass, I know that's what I told him. I'm like, bro, like, you over here fucking playing. You over here playing like the listen, Top Cat. He put his bandana up. By the time we got on his ass chat, and I was saying, like, after he said the hard ER, and I was like, bro, you're fucking gangbanging calling us hard ER. Like, that's crazy. Like, who the fuck are... He took his flag off, bro. Top Cat. He had his red bandana tied around his head with a red hoodie on, man. Got on his ass. He took the bandana off, bro. Went and put that shit up. Went and put it up, Chad.
It
Go in
wasn't
the
the
state of
federal executive
California.
branch. She was district
Yes.
attorney and attorney general. Yeah.
Okay. How was her reputation as the district attorney for San Francisco?
I'm assuming you're gonna bring up that they were throwing like parents in jail because their kids didn't go to school or something.
She was eviscerated by a district judge for
Okay.
withholding exculpatory evidence on hundreds of cases.
Holy crap.
I am sorry, but if you are a prosecutor and you withhold exculpatory evidence, you
Mhm.
should forever be barred from holding office. That is disgusting. That is egregious. There is no excuse for it. That is a clear indicator of how you are going to act in the executive branch. Then when she was the attorney general, do you know what happened then?
It's funny you say that.
Do you know what happened when she was the attorney
When
general?
you try to overthrow the government, is that a clear indicator of how you're going to operate in the executive branch?
You will not acknowledge my point because
listen,
you're backed into
hold
a
on,
corner.
slow down.
I am
Slow
going
down.
off of her track
Slow down.
record. Look,
Slow down.
fuck your smart ass antics. You're
Bro,
gonna,
you don't have to get upset. Like,
no,
lock
you're
in.
the one. Every time you get backed into a corner, you will not
I'm
acknowledge
not
the
aware
point.
of what you're referring to.
I am trying to get to it. If you will
Okay.
just be quiet,
Yeah,
I
what's
will
the
get to
case?
it. You know you're getting backed into a corner, so you're
Not
trying to
really.
deflect. I'm not going to let you do that.
Well, you contradicted
Is this roid rage? Is this roid rage?
yourself.
If you want to come with smart ass antics, I'm going to come right back with it.
Okay.
Let me make my point, then you can make your point. That's how
Okay.
a civil debate happens.
Okay,
So
let's
would you
calm
like
down.
to tone it down and be civil?
You're the one that's getting a bit
Let me
accelerated
make
here.
my point,
Okay.
and then you can make your point.
Okay, go for it.
I am going off of her track record as the executive, both
Okay.
as the district attorney and as the attorney general in
Mhm.
California. And I think that both of how she acted in those instances are clearly indicative that she would have been much worse at upholding the rule of law.
Okay.
When she was the attorney general for the state of California,
I want to stay on the first one.
I'm literally making my point about her track record.
You made-
What she did
okay.
as the attorney general was even worse. Okay.
Bro, we're going to talk about AGs, bro. Didn't Trump just endorse Ken Paxton? And we're going to talk about attorney generals right here, man. Like, I know Kamala was on some fucking bullshit, but right now is not the time to talk about attorney generals after Trump just backed Ken Paxton. I'm just going to be honest, brother.
Okay, go for it.
When she was the attorney general, the Supreme Court deemed California's prison conditions to be cruel and unusual. They gave very specific instructions on the amount of
Now, if California's prison systems are cruel and unusual, I can only imagine what TDC is. They say them boys in TDC don't even got air conditioner. We talking about Texas, nigga. We talking about Texas, nigga. They ain't got no air conditioner. Them niggas in there like cookies, bacon. Ken Paxton, they just said Ken Paxton gave a guy got hit with, I forgot how much fraud he got caught doing. And all of his properties were getting foreclosed on. Say he gave Ken Paxton 25 racks, man. 25 racks, man. They stopped the lawsuit. He got stopped all his foreclosures. They said that they opened up an investigation. They told the FBI about it, man. Ken Paxton shut all that shit down. Allegedly.
inmates that had to be released. Justice Kennedy, who was a conservative justice, even siding with the Democrats and said that there was needless death and suffering happening on a weekly basis. Okay? So Kamala Harris
You say Talrico got some Nazi tattoos? Talrico got some Nazi tattoos?
defied the Supreme Court for years on end. It was so egregious, she created a constitutional
Who got the
crisis.
Nazi
And for the
tattoos?
first time in the Supreme Court's history, they were going to hold the state of California in contempt. Every legal scholar at the time said that she would be forever barred from ever holding a federal bench because the motions were egregious and they were written in bad faith.
Holy crap.
If you look, you're saying, holy crap? I'm sorry, but that is clearly indicative of how she acts when she is in the executive.
Oh, Graham Plattner? I don't know who the fuck Graham Plattner is, man. I'm talking about Ken Paxton and Talrico, man, for Senate.
And I can give you some of the stuff that you've said about
I can't even get a
Trump.
word out, dude. I can't even.
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Chat, can I be totally honest with y'all? It doesn't surprise me when white folks have Nazi tattoos, bro. That shit doesn't surprise me, bro. Like at all. Nah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Go
Get a word
ahead
out.
then.
So you mentioned
respond specifically to the point of her track record, and I would be
That's
willing
exactly,
to
yes.
bet you
Yeah.
that you didn't even research and didn't even know that about
No,
her.
I know the SCOTUS case. They did abide by inevitably, correct? There was a number of individuals and all these.
She wrote motions
and all
in
the,
bad
hold on,
faith.
and all these. What the bro? Wait, hold on. We need to stay on topic because please don't say these things that are contradictory because I'm going to have to talk about
That's
Trump.
not contradictory.
It is.
That's part of what she did.
When Emile Bove says "fuck you" to the courts, what does that mean? Is that being bad faith?
Don't deflect. Go back to her reputation.
Exactly. So let's stay on the topic.
Go back to her
let's
reputation.
Stop talking. So again, they did abide by the ruling. There was a number of individuals across all these prisons that were like good credit that could have been left out early, and the populations are starting to get pretty tight. Am I correct? Is that a proper characterization?
Do you see what you just did there?
I'm not aware of all
I'm asking you what you just did. I took a very, very
tell me what I did if I'm not
point,
aware.
and you just tried to brush over it. And you said,
No, I'm not brushing over it.
You said, they eventually acted in accordance
if there was
with
instance
it.
of malfeasance, they should have been punished.
It was like, do you have any legal experience? Do you understand when legal scholars say that you have written motions in bad faith?
Yeah.
Do you understand how egregious that is and what that says about
dude,
your
it's like, if that's the
record?
case, you should be so mad, dude.
Yeah, see, I've been when I was locked up, chat. Like I seen all different kind of like sectors of the neo-Nazi KKK movement. Like you got Aryans, you got the Brotherhood, you got Peckerwoods who are on their lonesome. They don't ride with anybody. You got all different kinds. So it's not like it's all kumbaya in that motherfucker. And then when they come home, like I met this one dude, he was like, for the betterment of the white race and shit. Like he was just basically on some eugenic shit. You know, he was really on some eugenic shit. I asked him about it too. I was curious. I was like, so how did that shit go in prison? And he told me straight up, like, look, in prison I was indigent. He said he was indigent, and because he was whatever he was, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted. He could do whatever he wanted, man. He said he was doing all kind of shit, bro. Like, I mean, when I say all kind of shit, like, yeah, all kind of shit, man. Crazy.
When a federal judge goes out and accuses your administration of violating 96 court orders, when all you do is invoke the state secrets doctrine in bad faith, so you do not have to provide them the information they do, but they need,
What did
when
I
you're
just
sending
say?
people to a labor camp in El Salvador. Like, I don't know how this could be a complaint.
My point is very, very simple.
You're not making a point.
No, I am making a point. I am telling you that even if what you say is 100% true about Trump, all right, even if I give that to you, I am telling you that I think Kamala Harris would have done worse of a job. And the reason why I believe that is because how she acted when she was the executive.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into that. You're not letting me.
No, I am.
You're not. You're just brushing it off. They ended up releasing the individuals on good credits. The case dragged on. I believe, was it passed on to a member of her office? But the whole point is, after
what happened, what did it take? What did it take?
I'm not going to be able to tell you.
Okay, so
I'm not aware.
okay, so thank you very much. You support a candidate and you have an opinion about that candidate based upon not properly researching your candidate. That's what you just admitted.
As her time as Attorney General and District Attorney?
You don't think that's important? If you are, but you just admitted.
I'm asking you to provide me like more I'm asking you clarifying questions. You've been able to like to articulate any of the things that are so bad.
And now you're having me bring up a different point.
No, it's not a different point. It's related.
Let me finish.
It's like if I'm saying Donald Trump's a rapist and you're like, actually it was a civil case. But you didn't know that, then you're going to think he's a rapist.
Amber. Where is the fucking middle class at today? Where is the middle class at today? I just want y'all to know. A lot of people out here think they're middle class. They're fucking not. They're not. I'm sorry. It sounded good. It used to be that. What was middle class when you were growing up and your parents had it and shit, that's not middle class any fucking more. If you're not making six figures, bruh, you're not middle class. You're fucking toast. You're not making six figures, you're not middle class. You're fucking toast. So where is the middle class, Amber? What middle class? What middle class? The average car note is $800 for a new car. $700 for a used car. Insurance. Mortgage is $2,500, $3,000, $3,500. Rent $2,500, $3,000, $3,500. You're at 50 fucking K on the house and the car. Not everybody. Some people don't live like that, but I'm saying these are averages. We're talking about averages here. Averages. You're in fucking 50K. Before you buy some groceries and shit, getting to take care of kids and shit. If you're not making $100,000, I'm sorry. Your ass is not middle class. That's a household. I guess they might go by household. It's over with, man. So where is the middle class?
On the
Rapist, right?
candidate, and you just admitted that
Yes.
you didn't properly vet her. You literally
Vet
just
her as
admitted
district
that.
attorney? Yeah.
Once again, you just
Like,
admitted.
was she held in contempt
Okay,
of
here's
court?
the deal.
Was she sanctioned?
She was about to be held in
Okay, about to
contempt
be.
of court by the
Okay.
Supreme Court, and only at the very end did she finally give in. All right,
They
every
abide
legal
by the ruling,
scholar
okay.
said she would forever be barred from holding a federal
Who are
bench.
these legal scholars?
And then here's the deal. The district judge, you can go read it yourself. I've
Okay.
actually read it, okay? She
Congratulations.
eviscerated her. It was around 300 cases that she withheld exculpatory evidence. I am sorry, but if you are a prosecutor and you do that, you
That's pretty
literally,
bad.
you want to keep innocent people in prison? You are a disgusting person. You should forever be barred from holding office. On that fact alone, then you couple it with what she did as the attorney general. I don't give a shit if everything you say about Trump is true. She would have done
Okay.
a worse job.
So I'm just
5,000
All right, it's
inmates
starting to
in
stop.
cruel
I
and
can't,
unusual conditions.
Bro, he
were
sent people to a
needless
labor
death.
camp. Like, give me a fucking
so all
break,
you're,
dude.
all you're doing is smiling
can't
because you
just
got
kill-
backed into a corner and you can't
bro,
respond
like,
to
I'm
the
trying,
points.
I'm trying to have a
No,
conversation
and then you
here, but
try
you
to
just don't
deflect.
stop talking.
You try
I'm
to
asking you
deflect.
clarifying questions
I'm calling
directly
you on your
related.
bullshit because you try to
Okay.
brush over my points and you
No.
don't acknowledge them.
I
You're going to
recognize
get
that.
called. No, you don't.
No, I'm
Okay, so
recognizing-
you just admitted that they're egregious. You just admitted those
my-
are both horrible acts.
Well, yeah, if what you're saying,
they're
if you're
See, that's the difference. That's the difference, Jason. You said if you have a full-time job, you're doing all right. As Americans, we've been getting fat and happy for so long. For so long. After 2008, Obama came in, shit got a little better, man. We've been getting that. The pandemic came, they printed 40% of the money supply. Everybody was getting checks. Money was perfect. We've been getting fat and happy for so long that getting by is okay. Getting by is now we're making middle class getting by. Middle class didn't used to be fucking getting by. That's what I'm saying, Jason. Having a full-time job and getting by, no. No, hell no. Getting by. That's not the American dream. Getting by is not the fucking American dream. Motherfuckers used to have the American dream with a full-time job. Now we're getting by. And we might not even be getting by with a full-time job. I just had a talk today with a dude at the fucking PetSmart. He's telling me that shit. He's a manager at PetSmart and still can't make it. He makes the fucking schedules. He's getting the hours. He's a manager and he still can't make it. He's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, man.
I promise you there's true.
Hold
You
on.
can go fact check
Hold
me on
if
it.
if your recollection of it is correct, then
It
yeah,
is.
that's pretty
It
fucked
is.
up.
See, before I have an
But they
opinion
were
about a
not sanctioned,
candidate,
by the way.
before I have an opinion about a candidate, I actually do proper
That's not
vetting.
true.
It's not true?
No, it's not true.
How is it not
Because
true?
you're still defending the Trump administration after a year of violating the law.
I am not. This is what I'm saying. Trump is the lesser of two evils. Is the only thing that I'm saying.
Yeah.
And part of what I hate about American politics is that I feel there's hypocrisy on both sides.
Okay.
And the only thing that both sides does is they hold the other party accountable.
See, that's the thing. You saying buy RV $300 a month, $2K to save, but then you gotta have somewhere to park that RV. A lot of people don't have family that's gonna let them put that RV out there. People don't want that shit making their yard all ugly. People don't want that RV out there with them damn extension cords ran all. Hell no, they done paid too much for that house, man. I want you to parking all on they fucking grass. Kids can't throw the football. Hey, where are you gonna park that RV? Cause a lot fee's not cheap. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Lot fee's not cheap. By the time you paying $300 a month on that RV plus life fee, your ass damn near at $1,000. $500, $550 on the life fee, $300 on your damn month. Your ass damn near at $1,000. Shit.
and they hold their candidate to one standard, that they're not the other person. And I think you are guilty of that.
No.
I think that you would go with Kamala Harris, even admitting that what she did is egregious.
I'm not
solely
aware of what she
because-
did. I can't opine on something that I don't know all the facts about.
Okay, but then again, it goes back to you didn't properly vet a candidate that you support
Did I was
for
pretty aware of her
president.
fiscal policy, her time as senator, her time as vice president. I think she did a relatively
You're
good job.
talking about the rule of law and upholding it specifically.
Yes.
These are very, very specific acts
Yeah.
where she showed her character when she is in the executive branch and how she will not uphold the
Telling you,
rule of
Lala.
law. She will defy the Supreme Court and literally
She
create
defied the court.
She's defied the Supreme Court and created a constitutional crisis.
Okay, and then she abided by the ruling.
Eventually, kind of the same thing like
Yes,
Trump,
no,
right? Like you
delay's
kind
bad.
of like
no,
like,
seriously. Hold on, slow down. Delay is bad, but you recognize that I'm not necessarily in a corner. I just don't know what you're talking about. Like those are two very different things.
I
right?
literally can't believe
So,
that
hold on,
you
dude,
keep admitting
I know you want to
this.
get like
You
a cool
didn't
clip or whatever,
vet
but if you
your
really,
candidate.
if your problem with American politics is the fact that people are contradictory or hypocritical, I'm about to like extend an olive branch to you. If those things are true, if she held individuals in centers like prison centers in terrible conditions in America, that even then probably wouldn't stand up to the standards by which prisons are judged, that's really bad. She would not have my support.
Okay, so she wouldn't
So
have
now
your
when
support.
I turn it back on you, are you going to condemn the Trump administration, or are you going to walk back your support?
So I'm actually not. Would you let me finish?
No,
I was
it's a
literally.
yes or no. It's like a yes or no question.
I was about to make a statement, and you
Okay,
rudely cut me
sorry.
off.
No, go for it.
okay?
Go for it. Sorry.
So I am actually not a supporter of Trump's implementation. I am a supporter of Republican ideology.
Bro.
I feel that he has failed with implementation, but I don't feel that it's any worse than any Democratic candidate has also failed with implementation. I think that politics is a stage. I think that people run on ideology, and then when it actually gets to acting, that they all fail on implementation. So the reason why I think that Trump is the better option is because he's the lesser of two evils. I agree with Republican ideology. Both parties have drastic failures on implementation. I do not agree with Democratic ideology. So I can't stand being in the lesser of two evils position. Anna Arendt said, those who choose the lesser of two evils forget that they still choose evil. So I think that that is very, very
I'm tired of
prominent.
mediocre candidates. I agree. But earlier you said that your issue with American politics is that both sides are incredibly hypocritical. And when they have grievances with the other side, their own side tends to share similar actions. And I conceded to you that if Kamala Harris did those things that you're saying she did, I wouldn't support her. And when I turned the question back on you, you said, well,
I literally
hold on,
just
slow
told
down.
you I don't agree with his implementation.
But you
I
still you support his
Hit
ideology,
the like
you
button,
support his
Chad.
practice.
I support most Republican ideology. I'm more of a
Okay,
libertarian.
if you know what you know
There are
now,
certain
if you know what you
things-
know now, would you have voted for Donald Trump in 2024?
Being in that position, knowing that Kamala Harris was the opponent, yes, because I think she would have
Then
done
you're just
a worse
aiding.
job.
You're aiding in the issue that you hate so much. You're doing
I
exactly what you swear
literally-
to destroy. You're being a hypocrite.
I'm not being a hypocrite.
Yeah, you are.
I point this out. You can ask Alan and James right there. I
I'll be
point
all right.
out Trump's problems all the time.
You still support him,
I have
though.
these
that
discussions.
thing to you is not disqualifying.
Solely-
if
Well,
Kamala Harris was essentially keeping people in prison when they didn't need to be, when they could have been released, that's fucked up.
So then the question
and
is
even
back on
that's
you.
not as egregious as all the things
So
that
then you
Donald
just
Trump
backed
has
yourself
done.
into a trap. So if you knew
Okay.
this, if you knew this right now in
No, I wouldn't have voted for it.
2024, would you have voted for
No.
Trump? You wouldn't have voted for anyone?
Fuck no, Trump. Like he's better. He tried to overthrow the government in 2020.
Listen to me. If-
21,
If you
sorry.
are admitting that you wouldn't have voted for Harris in 2024,
If she was a piece of
knowing
shit that would
this-
put people in jail
Well,
and will and extend their sentences against the
Thank
wishes
you.
of the Supreme Court, yeah, for sure.
Thank you for your honesty. I greatly respect that. You are
Okay.
the first Democrat that I brought that to their attention, and they have admitted that.
Probably the first
so
Democrat.
I have to
hold on, probably
acknowledge
the,
that for you.
give me some grace here. Probably the first Democrat that's just not aware of the case. I don't know if I trust your.
No, I
don't know if I trust your
I
recollection.
had Dean crash out on a TikTok live because I set him up. I asked him, you can go verify it, it's live. I asked him, I said, do you think that if a prosecutor was caught for withholding exculpatory evidence, they should forever be barred from holding public office? He said, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I said, there, you just agree that Kamala Harris should be forever be barred from holding office. And he was like, what? And he literally left the live, tried to go back and research it, came back with some bullshit points, got schooled on the bullshit points, and fucking
So
left.
should
and I'll debate him face to face
should
on that
Emil
anytime.
Bove, who now has a judicial appointment, should he be unseated? Because he told the courts, "Fuck you." He preceded their TRO on the flights to El Salvador, and he said we need to prepare to tell them to fuck you. According
If
to a
he
DOJ
was going to
whistleblower.
do something that was egregiously not upholding the rule
saying
of
fuck
law,
you to TROs that are claiming that you're depriving individuals of their Fifth and 14th Amendment. Yeah,
I would agree with that.
And Donald Trump giving a lifetime appointment.
I told you.
So
I
do you
agree.
support Donald Trump? Yes or no?
I agree with the ideology. I do not agree with the implementation.
That's hypocritical.
No, it's not.
Because you'd still vote for the guy. You'd still support him. If he ran again in 28, would you vote for him?
I actually didn't vote.
Well, if he ran again in 28, would you vote?
I think
that doesn't matter.
your vote
Earlier you said
doesn't.
you
I
would
think
vote
your
for him.
vote doesn't matter.
Earlier you said you would have voted for him. So if he ran again in 2028, would you vote for him?
Who's the candidate?
Him and Gavin Newsom.
Whew, God damn. Whew. Seriously?
You see, it's like so funny. You hate the idea of hypocrisy in politics.
Okay,
but I'm the one admitting if that's true, fuck her. I'd never vote for her in my life, and you can't do the same when faced with a similar circumstance.
If that's the situation, I'm not voting.
Okay.
Just like you, I'm not voting.
Okay.
So same situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good shit. There you go.
You got to stand up, Grace.
Let's not be adversarial. Let's find some common ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So I believe immigration is good for America.
Yeah.
I believe that we have to have a border that is clearly enforced.
Agree.
And
Bro, is this not the same guy? No, these are two totally different
got schooled
people.
on the bullshit points and fucking left.
Bro, was that racist that I thought that was the same person?
Let's not be adversarial. Let's find some common ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So I believe immigration is good for America.
Yeah.
I believe that we have to have a border that is clearly enforced.
Agree.
And I think that we have to have limits on that immigration done by proper academics that can say this is the amount of immigrants that we can allow into this country to where it is a benefit and not.
Okay, it is the same guy. I was gonna say, bro, because when sometimes I think y'all think all black people look alike, and that'd be a little racist. And then to me, sometimes all the Asians look alike, and that's a little racist, man. So I'm like, damn, is this an instance where maybe I just thought white people look alike?
Something that's negative.
I agree on just about every single thing. When it comes to caps on admission, maybe it has to be a dynamic thing because that actually contributes to a lot of the wait times that we see, depending on the type of visa or what it is that you're
Well, I
applying
think we
to
need
be a
more
resident.
judges. We need to say here
Yeah,
are the
I agree.
channels.
I agree.
Like whatever the hell it
Yep.
takes. Like if
More immigration judges, USCIS adjudicators, kind of those kind of things.
Yeah, if we're going to let in 5 million people a year, we need to have the
Yeah, I
infrastructure
agree.
so those
So we
5
don't have
million people a
backlogs.
year.
But Trump isn't doing that.
Well, what did Biden do?
He wanted to pass the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, and he obviously came behind the Langford bill, but he didn't really have much political capital to drive the parties close on an issue like immigration.
Okay, so I have issues with
I never said all white people have racist tattoos. I said it doesn't surprise me when a white person has a racist tattoo. I never said all of them have it. I just said it doesn't surprise me. I know about the look. Come on. Come on.
how Trump is implementing ICE policy right now.
Okay.
I think that
What's up,
people are
Anthony?
being treated immorally. I think that they are breaking the law.
Yeah, yes.
However, I think that the humanitarian crisis that Biden created on the border is 100 times worse. And there are statistics and then there are reality. I have connections to the border. I told you about my past.
I live around there,
Yeah,
yeah.
you live in there too.
What's up,
And
Tyler?
it literally funneled billions of dollars into the cartel. It created a market for them. It created things like people are saying something like 85% of all women that went through there were raped. That was not good for the immigrants, and that was not
Do you have
good.
empirical evidence? Like, what are you citing? Because I do know that, especially when you're crossing through Mexico, extortion.
Yeah, it's kind of like being a black guy with an area code tattoo. Like, it wouldn't surprise you if a nigga had his area code tatted on him. It wouldn't surprise you. You know what I'm saying?
Is very possible. I know that firsthand. I mean, that's why I fucking left, right? But
Or their birth year. You know, like, or the girls. What are some tattoos that girls get? You know, the little heart right here or something. Like, when a girl has a little heart tatted somewhere, man, like, it doesn't fucking surprise me. Like, you're a woman. I guess some shit you get tatted, man.
But,
Yes.
I just don't. The 85% is like incredibly
I
high.
said there are claims. I said there are some
Okay,
people that are
okay.
claiming
Well,
that.
I don't discount that extortion happens at the border. I think Joe Biden.
What up, Kate?
It's tough. A lot of the admissions were individuals looking for some kind of protected
What's up,
status,
Emilio?
asylum, refugees as a result of displacement, COVID-19, all of those things. So to deny them when I think that we have the capacity, the fiscal capacity to allow them to stay in this country, they're obviously net benefit immigrants, always invigorate economies. But
see, what I'm talking about though is like, okay, so if they're not human trafficking, they're trafficking drugs, right? So with drugs,
the majority of drug inflows come from U.S. citizens that are.
No,
working with these
I'm saying the cartel though. It's
Okay.
coming from people in Mexico.
Well, that'll take cooperation with Mexico, but we're talking about solving the border issue.
But here's
And
but this is what I'm saying, right? So
Okay.
if you are trafficking drugs,
See, this the thing, man. When you say that, you say I don't think people in the comment section need to interject if you're not from the United States. See, we global with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we gotta be global with this shit. You know, we in Australia right now, we in Europe, we in Canada, we in Mexico, man. We damn near everywhere right now. We in Africa and shit, man. Hey, we global right now, man.
right? And
Yeah.
you have to sneak your product into the country and wait for payment versus the border is wide open. Those people can freely cross. And the people, this is true. I know this from like literally
It's
inside
not.
information.
They were there. Like the border, there's multiple ports of
If
entry.
you passed the border and you were an illegal immigrant and you did not pay the cartel their due, they would kill you. That is a
Well,
fact.
yeah, if you get a coyote, maybe there's a chance they'll kill you. But that's-
Coyotes were brought out of the equation. Coyotes were getting people across the border.
Yeah.
The border was open. It's a under the Biden administration.
There was CBP on the ground. These things are just not true. There was boots on ground all the time. They want to expand those things. The Langford bill, which is an incredibly conservative immigration bill, by the way.
What
the
about
GOP shot
what
down.
about all of the clips of the CBP just standing by and letting these people cross the
I've
river?
never seen that in my life.
So you say you from Alaska. Does that shit feel like Canada? I'm just gonna ask, man. Do y'all feel like culturally, like do y'all feel like? I know y'all are Americans, but I mean, it's like Canada, you know. So like, I just want to know how y'all feel, man. How does this shit go?
Wait, do you expect them to like shoot them when they're crossing the river?
You've
or?
never seen that? Well, here's the
If
deal.
people are crossing a river, what do you want CBP to do? Like kill them on the spot, or
under Trump,
And you're not answering my question.
under
Like, what do you expect them to
Biden,
do?
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay.
Under all these
Here you go talking about y'all don't know anything about Donald J. Trump, and you do. How the fuck you? What you know about Trump, and how the fuck you know it? You get your information the same way we do it, secondhand, nigga. Secondhand. You get your news the same way we do, secondhand. You didn't get invited to Mar-a-Lago because you ain't got $1 million for a plate. If your ass had $1 million for a plate, you probably wouldn't be in here right now. So what do you know about Trump, and how the fuck you know?
other presidents, when they got to the border, they were stopped. If they saw them, they had to use coyotes. Under the Biden administration, they did not have to use coyotes anymore. They let them in. There is all this footage of showing them, just ushering them across the river.
CBP grabbing people from a river means that they're letting them in. What do you want? What do you want CBP to do?
If they know they're going to be stopped when they get across the river,
Yes.
they're not going to get into the river the first place. The very
Of course
point
they
that
are. If these individuals are crossing
The
out
very-
of necessity, their lives depend on it.
The
they
very-
want economic benefits, all these kind of things. They're fleeing persecution.
you just don't.
Now you answered, you don't know me either. I ask you, what do you know about Trump? How do you know it? Your thing is, you don't know me. Have you been to West Palm? Have you been to Mar-a-Lago? Did you go to the island?
Why would
want
they
to
just sit on the other
admit-
side?
Okay, it's a really simple question.
I think Joe Biden
Did
could have done more. To act as if he didn't try is ridiculous. He tried to get the Langford bill, which is incredibly conservative. I don't necessarily agree with that. Would have put more immigration judges, expand infrastructure, more boots on ground, all of those things. And Donald Trump shot it down. He hasn't introduced a single bill as of this moment that I've been aware of. that would build up
Donald
any of that
Trump-
infrastructure.
let me just say
You
this,
mentioned- Hold
though.
on. You mentioned immigration judges. He's fired over.
Bro, we gotta cut it out, bro. Everybody thinks everybody will be surprised at the things they know. Everybody can teach everybody. Everybody needs to learn from everybody. Like, everybody got the best fucking sports bets. Everybody's a damn prophet. Everybody's can read the sun and moon and stars and shit. Everybody's a damn, oh my God, bro. Somebody ass lying. Somebody's fucking lying. I'm gonna say it. Y'all don't want to. Somebody ass is lying.
100. He's purging it.
There was a bill previous to the one that the Republicans shot down that the Democrats shot down previous to that, and the Democrats don't get any flack for that. They only try to sit there and give the Republicans flack and say, oh, Donald Trump shut this down.
What was the difference in
but
the one that
none of the
Langford introduced?
Democrats.
What was the difference? What was bad about it? Why couldn't
The
they get past it?
Republicans were not willing to compromise on the numbers, I believe, and then also the boots on the ground. So that was a better border policy. It was 9 months before
Was
the
it
one
because
that you're
Donald Trump
talking about.
exercised his influence within the GOP to stop them from?
No,
voting
I'm
on
not
the bill?
talking about the GOP. I'm talking about the one that the Democrats shot down.
Okay.
So did Donald Trump have
And then
influence?
Langford introduced
did
another?
Donald Trump have influence in the Democratic Party
Then
to
he
get the
introduced
Democrats?
another, right?
So it's very, very simple. There was a better.
bills change
There was a
when people
better
work
bill.
across the aisle, yeah.
Democrats shot it down. And then
was better about the bill?
The
What's this
response
bill?
to that, because it placed harder limitations, more boots on the ground, it would have been more
Well,
enforceable.
obviously, Democrats don't want that,
And
correct?
then
then they come together, Congress, as they do, to represent both sides of the
Okay,
aisle.
so
and
it's
produce
okay if the
best possible
Democrats
product
don't
for the
want
American
something,
people.
but then it's not okay if the Republicans don't
The
want
Democrats-
something.
wait,
They were
wait.
literally in the same position. The Democrats said, no, we will not agree to this. The Republicans
solved
said,
the
no,
issue.
we will
Why
not
wouldn't they
agree to
vote
this.
on it?
The Republicans said, no, it didn't
Why?
solve the issue.
Why?
Didn't the Democrats
You
vote
don't
on
answer
it?
my question. You asked
I
my,
am
you answered my
answering
question
my
with a question.
questions. You're trying to
Well,
deflect
why?
and you're trying
Why?
to confuse.
Why
I'm making
did
my
the,
points
why
very,
did the
very
GOP
simple.
pull back? If the immigration crisis
Because
was as
they
bad as,
said it wasn't
if the
enough,
immigration,
and they said it
That's not
wouldn't
true.
solve
It's
the.
'cause-
Bruh. Look at the veins popping out of his neck, bruh. There's no way them veins should be popping out of his neck like that, bro. That shit look like it hurts.
Donald Trump shot it down. If the immigration crisis is as bad as you
I
say
don't
it
think
was,
that's the case.
Greg Abbott would not ship 100,000 immigrants to a bunch of different sanctuary cities without any cooperation, without any information.
You're from
and
Texas. You know
weaponized
why they
a
did that.
No, it's bullshit. He weaponized the
You
humanitarian
know why
crisis.
they did that.
We have the
there was literally like
infrastructure.
10 cities all across
We have the
Texas on the
infrastructure.
border. They
We have
literally
it.
said Texas does not have the
It's a
infrastructure.
huge state. It's the border
Texas,
state. They
then why
should.
were there 10 cities? Like, are you denying reality? Are you literally denying like
Yeah,
exact
you're
experience
doing that.
of social media clips, things
Bro.
that I've seen with my own eyes of these 10 cities that were there under Biden? Soon as Trump gets into office, they're not.
Bro, I bet a Subway sandwich hate to see him coming, Chad. I'm talking about like 3 cookies, a little bag of Lay's, you know, and that foot long, bro. I don't, oh my God.
Not there anymore.
You're acting as if
so
Donald
it's reality.
Trump did not shoot
It's
down
reality.
legislation or Greg Abbott as well use a humanitarian
It's-
crisis, which I don't disagree. Millions of people
Democrats
coming
shot
in,
down
hold
legislation
on.
too.
Millions of people coming in. All of a sudden, I guess it's not that big of a deal. We can shoot down legislation. Greg Abbott can shit them across the country to make it bad for other Americans so what he can punish sanctuary cities.
You'll criticize the Republicans for shooting that legislation, but you won't criticize the Democrats for shooting
They
that
produced
legislation.
a product,
and then
it was introduced by a Republican.
It's really
That's bipartisan work.
It's really
That's
simple.
how things happen.
As soon
yeah.
as Trump came into office and
He didn't do
started
shit 'cause he doesn't govern,
issuing executive orders
illegally,
it goes away. It was done.
Okay, hey, good shit, bro.
Yeah.
James, by the way. How's it going, James? David. Nice to meet you. So you believe that immigrants are not good for America? Is that going to be your position?
I believe immigration does have a benefit to America.
Okay.
Now, question for you. What is your vision on how we handle immigration policies here?
When it comes for, what, like internal enforcement or just the border? Or both?
In general, how we enforce the border, what type of immigrants you want seeing here, quantity of immigrants.
So in terms of quantity, it's going to depend on like a number of things. It should be a relatively dynamic number depending on what the economy necessitates, like natural disasters where refugees need to come. If there's a cap, for example, and there's 250,000 people that are displaced, I mean, we don't want people to die, right? So it has to be like an ever dynamic changing number, but it should never exceed like 3% of the population, for example, because that'll, and again, that need to be incredibly unique circumstance for that to be the case and for it to be justifiable. But when it comes to fixing what we have now, it's obviously building up that infrastructure, more immigration judges to oversee more cases, which would really chop out that backlog. When it comes to coming into the country, we definitely need to refine that and make it more streamlined. Individuals have years-long waiting periods because of caps that are incredibly low on countries for like low-skill work visas. I believe it's H-2B, something like that, along those lines. It was just typically like 26,000 per country, results in a crazy gap.
Now, do you believe that the Biden policies on immigration and the border are beneficial for the future of our country?
What policy in particular?
The open border policy, anyone could come in.
They didn't have an open border policy where anybody
Well,
could
yeah,
come in.
we saw a mass influx of immigrants from everywhere around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there was a global pandemic. There was a huge displacement event. There was natural
I see
disasters.
our views will be fundamentally
That's 'cause
different
there's an explanation for
when
it,
it
right?
comes to immigration, right? So I believe in the core values of our country, and I believe that the people who are coming to this country need to adopt those values. And therefore, we need to have very strict immigration policies. I personally believe that we shouldn't just invite anybody in. We need to be much more strict, even more strict than what Trump is trying to induce with these policies.
Like what?
First off, I think vetting is going to be very important. Data shows that over 30,000 known jihadist terrorists were smuggled in across the border during the Biden administration. They're strategically placed around critical infrastructure in the country right now.
Hold on, slow
around
down.
military
So you mentioned-
bases.
hold on.
This is a very, no. Hold
How
on.
can you vet people
Real
that
quick.
came here illegally?
Right.
They broke the law, right? There's no vetting.
We have to lock down the border. I believe in a border wall. I believe in more people on the border itself, more judges. So we do agree in some aspects.
Yes, but essentially, yeah, one for one.
We need to slow the process down. And I don't care if that affects people who are good coming into the country that do want to benefit this nation. The problem is we have too many people coming in right now who pose a security risk to this country and who are not willing to adapt to our values of this country.
Well, I think typically we treat immigration, at least the security risk presented by it, like in a very, I guess, absurd way, to like unrealistic extent. Sorry, you said 30,000 jihadists came in under Joe Biden, correct?
Known jihadist terrorists.
Okay. How many
estimated.
immigrants do you believe came in under Joe Biden?
Well, that's not that's besides the point.
No, it's relevant. It's because I'm going to speak to. I'm going
known
to speak. Hold on.
jihadist terrorists.
Hold on. It's
because
important. It's
the
hold on.
No,
you didn't answer the question.
It's irrelevant.
No,
it's
I
irrelevant.
can explain to you the
because
relevance.
The open border policies
I can explain to you the relevance.
allowed for that to happen.
You didn't mention an open border policy.
The priority of the U.S. government is to protect our culture, to protect our citizens, and if we're not strict on immigration and border policy, even far beyond what Trump's trying to impose right now, that's only going to impact our country in a bad way.
So I don't know what you mean by culture, but I want to know what was the total number that you believe came in.
Well, again, that's irrelevant.
Like 10, 20 million? And if it's 20 million, only 30,000 of them are known jihadists?
Let's try to steer this conversation.
That speaks to their, I guess, proclivity to being peaceful and safe and not destroying a country, correct?
Do you value what we have traditionally here in America?
I value democracy, our institutions, the rule of law, and negative rights.
I'm just going to be honest. We're talking about 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants. Talking about 30,000 jihadists. Most of the illegal immigrants didn't come from the fucking Middle East, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Yes, that's our culture.
Well, yeah. Sorry, one sec. Just to frame this the right way without sounding. So the type of immigrant that you would like to see come in, what is the ideal type of immigrant? Do you want somebody who is willing to participate?
Yeah, someone that appreciates those pillars of our country.
Now, how do we funnel those types of people in without letting the ones who are not willing to assimilate?
Well, again, you mentioned vetting, and then you followed that up by saying 30,000 jihadists were smuggled. So they illegally entered the country and managed to, I guess, subvert the vetting process. We have very strict vetting procedure, biometric data, of like those processes, just basic background checks. I don't know what do you want us to use? Like
so
AI,
in order for those systems to function properly, I think we could agree we need more people behind those systems.
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
We need more infrastructure, right? But what is the baseline to allowing those systems to actually work? That is going to be locking down the border.
So you want a moratorium on immigration? Is that what you're saying? Like nobody comes in?
No, I'm not saying nobody comes in. I'm saying we need to physically secure the border. The idea of the border wall itself, more surveillance systems, more people on the ground, so that way people can't just sneak across. That is a great step towards progression. Now, when it comes to vetting them, are you opposed to people having to study up on American history, learning about our culture, and being willing to assimilate to our culture?
Well, when you say assimilation, what is it that you're referring to? What culture?
So obviously America is a multicultural country, right?
Yes.
Now, let's take a place like Afghanistan, for example.
Okay.
Completely opposite culture there. If we just let any single person from Afghanistan come in a mass influx.
You're referring to the ethos of the nation as being one that's what, like violent, jihadist, crazy Sharia law people?
So I'm saying I don't want people coming into this country
that are violent. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
They're violent.
But not every person coming from Afghanistan is going to be a violent criminal, right?
We're also a Christian nation fundamentally.
We're not a Christian nation.
Now, it is perfectly okay for any religion to come here, but there is a certain
We're not
standard.
a Christian nation, though.
There is a certain standard.
Okay.
A lot of these other countries who are not Christian nations, the way they live their lives there, the way they treat women, for example. Do you want those people coming into our country?
I don't want abusers or murderers or like radical religious fundamentalists to enter the country in the same way that I want a Christian radical that wants to change this country and make it a Christian country, because it's not. What's the establishment clause of the First Amendment?
So we have some common ground here, I think. We definitely disagree on some
agree
fundamentals.
on basically the solution. I mean, like it's one for one almost. Yeah.
So your proposed solution, right?
Yes.
Do you disagree with absolutely locking down the border so we have complete control over who gets to come in?
If that involves robust infrastructure to like ensure that nobody comes in illegally, I think it addresses a security concern, but it doesn't address the root cause, which is going to be the way people enter the country.
So
like the legal pathways.
Would you be pro the border
building
wall?
up infrastructure? The border. What do you mean by the border wall?
It's a way to physically secure our border.
Okay, like what? Like just is it going to span over like the rivers and stuff too?
Hey, ideally, a 30-foot high wall that prevents tunneling from underneath. I'm talking total lockdown here.
Holy shit! I feel like it's like a crazy waste. Maybe
it might be an extreme measure, but I think we can agree here.
We can already have
it is
one,
a necessary measure to obtain this very similar mutual goal that we do have.
The problem here is when it comes to Republicans in general, you tend to have very crazy, wowing policy agendas like creating a 100-foot tall, 50-foot wide brick wall that nobody can get through. People will come out of necessity. Do you agree?
People will come to the border out of necessity. Regardless.
So
now,
hold on. Let me finish.
If it is more well known to the rest of the world that we take our immigration seriously,
we do. We have a whole title in the books for it.
Let me finish my point. They know that getting across our borders illegally is next to near impossible. That is going to deter a ton of people from coming over here, putting themselves at high-risk situations.
That's why the whole population doesn't come to America.
Getting trafficked by the
cartel.
There is a deterrent. Being raped.
Hold on. There already is a deterrent in existence. It's the laws on the books.
The
we didn't change immigration law under Joe Biden.
The deterrent,
so again,
the deterrent has not been good enough to this point.
We need to deal with root causes. Americans throughout Donald Trump's campaign always wanted to deal with the root cause. We had hollowed out our manufacturing, which fucked up our economy. That's why we have no more jobs. We want to deal with the root causes. The root causes are the pathways to residency in this country. My second prompt is immigration is good for America.
So for this prompt, I just want to establish that I am pro-immigration.
Okay.
My philosophy is this. I'm actually Hispanic myself. So
Latino, bro.
Yeah. What are you?
Mexican.
Okay, I'm Costa Rican. So my mom, she came here in the 1990s. She followed all the immigration policies, the procedures. She waited 2 years to get approved. She paid all the fees. She came to the U.S. She got a college degree, and then she married my dad, who's an American citizen.
Awesome.
So she did everything the legal way. And I have no problem with immigration.
Okay.
But I do believe immigration needs to be done in a very well-mannered way, and I don't think that people from other countries, even if they are dealing with bad situations, with which I'm sympathetic to, I don't think that is enough of a reason to allow them to either skip the line or to come in the U.S. with no proper vetting, or just at rates that we may not be able to handle, not because of racist reasons, but because well, that's a talking point that a lot of
No.
Democrats use. But
I didn't call you racist, bro.
not me, but I'm
Okay.
saying that that's a talking point that a lot of Democrats use, and I really think for me, I'm Hispanic. I don't hate my own people. For me, it's more like, hey, I care about this country so much that I don't want the infrastructure to be so overwhelmed, like countries like India,
For sure.
countries like China. They're
You're wearing
having
a Trump shirt. He's overwhelming the system. He fired 100 asylum judges.
That's not really overwhelming, but
when you fire 100 asylum judges, they have to oversee over like a 2 million case backlog.
well, I don't know about the specific thing. I'm just
Nice.
I'm just making the point that I'm pro-immigration, but it needs to be done the right way. I don't know where you stand on that.
I'm not against that either. Illegal immigration is bad. Those individuals tend to get exploited. We have a shadow economy made up of not tens of millions, millions of people, millions of individuals being paid pennies on the dollar in comparison to legal counterpart. It's not a good thing. But you have to recognize why they're doing it. Because the pathway is not streamlined. There's long wait times. They don't have the benefit, the luxury of the money or the time necessary to come here the right way.
Yeah,
So asylum is a system by which individuals in very bad circumstances, unfortunate circumstances, are allowed to enter the country. But that's not skipping the line. That's a separate
Well,
line.
I'm not talking about those people.
Okay.
So if
So you're talking about illegal immigrants.
Yeah, let's be clear.
Yeah, I'm not for illegal
if
immigration.
someone's coming through a port of entry, a legal port of entry, they're coming through Salem, the law is that they can be protected and they can.
Donald Trump doesn't believe that.
They have
though.
a pathway. Well,
Donald Trump doesn't believe
he's
that.
allowed it. So
Bruh.
I do believe.
What do you mean? They got rid of the
I mean,
CBP. One app,
he's
they
not
deported
deporting
asylum seekers coming at ports
he's
of
not-
entry, like
he-
Luis
he-
Munoz Pinto,
he's not
who was
deporting.
sent to a
He's not
labor camp in El Salvador. You know Sika, right?
He's not deporting. He's not deporting people that
Yes.
have already been
Yes.
here, that already have asylum
Yes.
status. My point is the people that have been here illegal, the 10 to 20 million people that have potentially come in, I think that's way too many people. If you look at like what's going on in Europe, since
lock in, bro.
just from 2014 to 2024, the murder rate, the crime rate, the rape rate,
This is the
everything
Mohammeds.
has went
God
up.
damn it.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're
You
gonna
said
say.
it. You
No,
said it.
you said it.
You said it. I didn't say it.
Exactly. That's why, huh? That's bullshit.
Is it next person?
Your name
It
is
is.
Simon?
Simon, yeah.
I knew it. Remembered you.
Yeah, so what I mainly disagree with is it seems that there is a sense amongst Democrats that it's okay to shelter illegal immigrants because they're just working here, or they came here because they got kicked out of their own country or whatever.
Yeah.
I lived in London for 6 years. I had to go through like a 9-month process to get a visa to get
I'm
over
scared. I
there.
thought it was going to be another Muhammad thing. Jesus Christ. Please, God, keep me away.
My point is every other country in the world has a very strict immigration policy and strict regulations around getting, at least first world countries, right, in terms of getting into the country and working legally. And my confusion is why Democrats have a problem with that within the United States, and why do they have a problem with kicking out people that are simply just here illegally?
So obviously, immigration and customs enforcement, all internal enforcement, has a finite amount of money. You don't have, with the budget they currently have, enough money to get out every single illegal immigrant living in this country. So you ought to allocate those funds to get after people that are threats to public safety, right? And that's why, just based on the current fiscal environment, we can't just simply come after every single person in mass deportations, because we're going to run up the ICE budget, and we're going to come after social safety nets, we're going to come after investments in infrastructure, all these things, which is why Donald Trump is spending all his money on fucking offense and defense and ICE and cutting money for the average American. But when it comes to deporting them, and me being against the idea of getting rid of our shadow economy, is because it doesn't make sense to me. If these people are being exploited in America, is the punishment of exploitation to be shipped back to your country? No, you're working.
Chat, that's enough of that shit. That's enough of that, man. If y'all want to join the Discord, hang out for a minute, y'all can jump in here, join the Discord. We can hang out. Yeah, y'all gonna jump in the Discord for a second, man. We'll hang out. Ice cream a little hard. All right, good night, Savage. Is anybody in the Discord? Oh, Corey World in the Discord sleep. Good night, Anthony. Good night, Ken. Good night, Lau. Sir Bob in the Discord. Good night, Laurie. Hey, I'm about to bend this spoon, Chad. I'm about to bend this spoon. This some slow churn caramel delight. It's alright. Alright. Can y'all hear me? Oh, there goes Sir Bob. What's up, Sir Bob?
Hello.
What you got going?
I guess pretty good, I could say.
Lady Bones is typing. Oh. Where Top Cat at? Top Cat done went to sleep, y'all.
Top Cat, no.
Top Cat might be asleep. Yeah, I think Top Cat asleep. Hold on. Damn.
Like, have you seen the stock market recently? It's like it's completely out of control in a good way. Like it's just untethered to reality. It's just I seen my stock portfolio literally double in the past month out of nowhere. Literally double in the past month.
What you got in it? You got some. Who is that? Oh, what's up, Ken? What you got in your portfolio?
Mainly just ETFs of natural resources, oil funds, a couple semiconductor companies, just basic manufacturing as well. I don't really try to go to single company stocks. Unpredictable, my opinion. I like the old saying of like, don't pull your eggs in one basket. Put in like 500 different baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of ice cream, yo. See, this the same tub of ice cream I had. What was it, like a week ago? It's still damn near full. I only take a couple scoops out that motherfucker and I go put it up.
Exactly. That's like
I don't eat
all
like
ice
half.
cream is good
I
for.
don't eat half a tub or something at a time. I don't know. Hell, no, I ain't eat that.
Yeah. I guess Lady Bones is back. Hello.
What's guys? The boys will be back out with another.
I don't know where Top Cat is.
Hey guys. Yeah, where's everybody?
I don't know, but I got a can of diesel in front of me. Should I drink it?
A can of diesel.
Oh, sorry about the job stuff, Bob.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's fine.
What's a can of diesel?
Like diesel fuel.
Yeah, what you gonna drink it and do what?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, do that.
Do we need to send a wellness check over to Bob? You need a hug?
I don't need no fucking hugs. Hugs are for
You want one?
bitches. No. It does suck though that I got laid off due to AI. I kind of saw it coming. I mean, I work off of contract bases, and once we did start reviewing my contract, I kind of knew it was up. But then when they started from around the, don't worry, we're restructuring due to AI, and yeah, you're gone. And I started asking everyone around me, it's just like they're gone too. So my entire team got laid off, a team of 6.
Damn. Jason, I don't know why you can't get in. You might have to restart the app. I know I ain't blocked you. Ain't nobody else block you, so shit. I don't know why you can't get in.
So what are you gonna do now?
As of now, just make sure I don't overspend and try and find another engineering job.
Time to sell your body, Bo.
What?
Time to sell your body.
No, as of now, my stock portfolio will be able to sustain me. Not for long, but it'll be able to sustain my current living style, which is very frugal. Now it's just basically because I do want to start a high performance gearbox bicycle brand and suspension company. Now it's about focusing as much time and effort into as possible while finding a job.
I was kidding. I was joking.
No, we
You're
hate
supposed to laugh,
OnlyFans
huh?
around here.
How you gonna make the bicycles? Like you gonna outsource it or you gonna try to build them yourself?
Well, I have most of the manufacturing capabilities in my garage. Like I have CNC machines. The metal itself is relatively cheap. The only thing I'm going to have to do is I plan on making metal 3D printed lug aluminum chassis so I can make it look more carbon fiber like and adjust the, let's say, the chassis flex characteristics because the plan is to make these into super enduro bikes. Yeah.
We don't know what kind of bicycle it is.
Oh yeah, the plan is to race for downhill and enduro. Those pay the most, of course, for racing championships. So yeah, that's the plan
I like
as of now.
electrical bikes, battery operated bikes, like motorcycles. That's my
Well,
speed.
I would do EMT bikes, but like I've already tried making a motorcycle brand. The EPA is really, really hard when it comes to making standardized tests. And to point
It
for
is.
it's going to cost way too much money to actually make anything battery operated. That's why I kind of stepped away from trying to make motorized motorcycles. So that's why I'm going
Yeah,
more towards pedal power
it's tough to
as of
get
now.
into. But it's some of the best companies were started out of the garage.
Yeah,
Leave it
except
that
for
way.
Amazon.
Yeah, but I think Harley was.
Harley was,
Harley.
Indian was, KTM was, most of these places were, but also they started out of a necessity. Yamaha and well, not Yamaha. I mean Honda started out of World War II Japan. They went around, scavenged all their generators and bicycles, and that's how they made their first motorcycle.
Well, and Jeep was part of World War II, wasn't it? And the
Jeep
ducks, those
So
ducks.
Jeep was around way before World War II, and if you actually look at how Jeeps were made, Jeeps were originally designed by Nissan, and then Willis came in, which was the original name of the Jeep manufacturer. Willis came in, took and stole Nissan's design, and then said it's their own.
Interesting. But you know what I'm talking about? Those ducks. They're called ducks. They go on land and water.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah. Well, there's a place in Wisconsin called the Dells, Wisconsin Dells, and they actually
Yeah.
have tours with them. It's kind of cool. They go on
Hmm.
land and water. Yeah, and they're called the original ducks. And some were actually, I don't know how old they are. They're good 60 years old, refurbished.
I know
Pretty
I know
cool.
most of those were probably made in like the mid 50s, early 60s.
They're pretty cool machines, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said I wish I had a Willis Jeep. That's what Michael said.
I like my Jeep.
I don't know. Stay away from the modern Jeeps. My parents got a diesel Wrangler when they first came out. Massive problems. Just a total loss. because of the electrical harness decided to fry itself. And then when they got that fixed, it threw a rod. It's a terrible investment to get.
I got 2019 Jeep Cherokee Latitude.
Yeah, and then have you seen the stuff that Stellantis is putting out? So Stellantis is who owns Jeep and Chrysler. It's Stellantis, I believe, was also owned by Fiat as well. So Fiat owns Stellantis, which owns Chrysler and also owns Jeep. Man, oh, and Ram as well. You see what they're doing? They're making composite upper and lower A-arms for the Ram trucks. Now, there is a piece of metal inside those A-arms, but these Ram trucks are notorious for breaking front ends. And now they go ahead and put plastic on there that has metal reinforcements embedded inside of it. This is asking for a disaster.
Yeah. Agreed.
Most definitely.
But Plug, if I got out of hand before, I'm sorry. I was capitalizing a lot of my words, but that guy really pissed me off. So sorry about that.
It's all right. Yeah, we finna end the live, y'all. We'll be hanging out in the Discord. Y'all join the Discord to hang out. Yeah, I got the address, Jason. I'm gonna get another one sent out. That's gonna be the third one, man. I don't know why you can't join the Discord, Jason, but shit.
If I can get it, anybody can.
I don't know. Let's see
I'm
if I can.
anonymous.
Let's see if I can invite Jason. Hold on.
I'll put it out there too.
Jason, don't leave us hanging.
Jason, what's your Discord name? You're not in the Discord.
But Plug, I just wanted to apologize if I got a little heated. When they called me a Karen, I got mad. So
that is your name, though, right?
Yeah, I know, but that stigma, don't be a Karen. That's just pisses me off.
Oh.
He said, don't be a Karen.
Appreciate that, Canna.
Yeah. I'm gonna go though, guys. I gotta get some sleep. So you guys have a good night, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, you
All
too.
right.
Bye.
All right, everybody.
guys.
Chat. Double tap that screen. Shut a live out, man. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow night. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll let y'all know by midday. Join the Discord and hang out, man. Double tap that.